Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. For secrets of the Plex episode 4. And we're already late, so you won't wait anymore. Put the end card, start the intro. There's lots to do, time for the show. Don't come to me if this lore is a tad confusing. Even if you're not into FNAF, it's quite amusing. I've got no more than that. Welcome back to another episode of... I need to actually write that down at some point. I'll put that on my bucket list. So yeah, if you got any of what was going on there, yes, we are back for Secrets of the Plex episode 4 of season 2. I didn't specify that before, but this is the second season. And today's a bit of an interesting occasion, actually. So normally with Gacha reviews, I always say, oh, okay, if you want to watch the actual video, I will link it in the description. You know, I am no sniper wolf. I try to do my best to credit the actual people. So that's usually prepared in advance. And that's usually the first link that's somewhere in the description. That is, of course, with the exception of when the video itself gets deleted, in which case the link is still there, but it no longer works. Those are usually the two scenarios that I have of for Gacha review. Today's not one of those times. Today, for the first time on Gacha review, the video that we've got right now has specifically been sent to me, or at least this version of it, in order to be featured on Gacha review. That's right. I got an actual review copy of the video that we're going to watch today. So the version we're going to see on screen is going to be slightly different, but only in the sense of, to my knowledge at least, some characters who were not captioned originally being captioned. Reason being, I like to look at the chat while this is going on. And if I'm on screen share, then I can't do that. And usually the method when a character, usually with a heavy filter on their voice, speaks and you can't tell what they're saying, usually Bond's method is to put that in the captions. This time, however, because of course you can't see those on download restream videos, nor on mobile devices, but we'll get to that later. This version here, we've it's been corrected. And while I do appreciate that, I will have to say right off the bat that if a filter makes somebody so unintelligible that you require captions in order to understand them, or you believe so, probably it's time to either change the filter or lower its intensity, or get a different take that will make their voice actors sound more coherent. But we'll see what the damage actually is. Maybe we'll try to see with their eyes, because if we can actually tell what they're saying or not. Because I can rewind these now. That's a perfectly viable option. So fair enough. And also, speaking of reading the chat, actually, it's just as well that I've left that option up. It's just as well that I have left that option up, because Bon has provided the trigger warnings, not in the description of the original video, but in this chat here. So here are the trigger warnings for today. So the video contains blood, violence, jump scares, loud noises, flashing lights, minor self-harm, insane voice acting, and BB butter. All triggers of equal importance, no doubt. So I'm getting a lot of private chat messages, particularly from both of the guests that I've got right now. So we're going to bring them in. First of all, let's bring in the voice of the main character, Emily Nightwolf.
Hello.
Oh, you've got Miravier in your name. That's
yes.
That's smart. Yeah. Oh, and I just realized as well that Bond's done the exact same thing, because we have the creator themselves to fill up the second guest slots, even though we can do one more this time, because that's the rules, but no one else showed up. So here we go. Bon is here.
Where's BB?
BB is yelling about getting
BB
in.
should be here.
She was in the chat, but didn't ask to join, so I assume she's busy in some way. And let me just see if there's any update in the chat now. Nope, doesn't seem like it. Now I want to watch The Greatest Showman. Yeah, that song I've made as like a running joke for since episode 1 of season 2, because that one Taylor line. I need to make an actual version of that at some point. But yeah. So you are so zesty. What? Okay, thank you, Peps the Pig.
You are so zesty. This is nothing new.
Fair enough. I'm not sure how to process that, but I'm glad you said it.
Iris, you will see. You will see.
I see. All right, fine.
I think everyone who is at KW's review can. Baby, why aren't you joining? You said you asked to join. Did you not send the link, Jacob?
I don't remember. I don't remember receiving this, but I'll take your word for it. I'll send you a.
She was like, Mr. J, Mr. J, let me in.
Oh, that was. I don't. Okay. Oh, right. No, I see that now. My bad. That was further up in the chat.
J.
Okay, I see it now. All right then. Okay. Well.
Anyways, I think everyone from the KW review who reacted to it with us can confirm that BB Butter is in fact a trigger.
Yeah.
Very well. Let's see. So, okay. Anything else?
I mean, I was having a fun time. KW was terrified. I was
Ghost
laughing.
Kitty got jump scared like 3 times apparently. So.
Well, you all got jump scared, but KW like disappeared out of her chair, and Emily was just like, "Oh, that was cool." More.
I feel like this is a successful. You know what? That's a successful fan product for the FNAF franchise. I think when it jump scares some people and other people hyperfixate on the lore. I feel like that just covers both bases right there.
No, it wasn't the lore. She just liked the animation, I think.
Okay, well that too, I suppose.
I liked the lore.
Oh, it seems like we've got more than one person on Twitch. That's a surprise.
We got so many zesty Twitch viewers.
Apparently we do. All right then. I was thinking of saying the Ballroom Pops reboot premiere as your review for today, but pick this instead of Bon would like. Well, okay. Also, Josh, Bon actually, we coordinated this between us.
Line, Josh.
we coordinated this already. That the video would come out. The video was, if people missed my Walking Wednesday, I mentioned that the video got delayed from Wednesday to Thursday, and because Thursday was obviously the Starkid day, so then give that video one day to gain traction on its own, and then afterwards, here's the review to rival it in search terms.
Before we start, I did this on KW's stream too, because I wanted to talk about I wanted to emphasize the importance of the previous episode and what occurred in it, because this closely follows the events of the previous episode and what was occurring in the previous episode, specifically the conversations that were being had are quite relevant to this episode. So
in the words of Patrick, that makes sense to me.
So the problem, unfortunately, is that the most important pieces of dialogue were the scenes with the anomalies where either you couldn't make out what they were saying or you were talking over it. So I'm just like, okay, well, that sucks.
Off to a great start there. Okay.
I gave it just a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, just reading this. I can't say. I like about this episode. I can't say why because spoilers are no good. So I must. Fair enough. Reminds me of Starkid actually as well. People keep on saying like, "Oh, who's going to tell person what happened or something?" I Bon did that yesterday to me.
Yeah,
I made a joke and then someone's like, "Who's going to tell?"
Struck like 3 times. He's like, "Oh, she's going to run her fingers through the saw." I'm like, who's going to tell him?
Yeah, I did say all of her fingers and it was just one, but still it counts.
So I gave KW and the others just a brief recap of what occurred, like just the important parts to know going into this episode. I can provide that for you too if you want while we wait for BB.
Fair enough. I did in fact watch all 3 episodes of season 2 before we started, but people might not.
Never mind. So. She has arrived.
Oh yeah, she's been waiting for a while. Just haven't had a segue to cue her in. So yeah, here she is.
Yeah, I was just waiting patiently, but I figured the previously on joke was good enough to peek in anyways.
Yeah, last time on Secrets of the Plex.
So I'm just gonna talk very briefly, just summarize the episode. So Nova shows up. There's drama there. Specifically the conversation with Xenial and GM, which is the two kind of blue and purple characters with their funny little tails. They were specifically talking
They're
about.
funny little tails. Is that in the notes? There, they have funny little tails.
That's what GK said. GK was very fascinated by the way the tails moved in the previous episode and in this one. So anyway, they were Xenial was basically like nagging GM about not wanting to leave, defuse, for lack of a better word, with Niall. And GM is like, no, you have to. You need to defuse with Niall. And Xenial says, like, well, what good is that going to do? Because if I defuse, then, like, because Niall has this revival property necklace, if I disconnect from him, he's going to be revived, and denial is just going to ruin everything. And GM is just like, oh, just trust me, it's fine. Long story short, Xenial's like, okay, and defuses, and then it ends with him going to see Skrilliot, and we don't really know what happened. That's pretty much the long and short of it.
I believe also the necklace was made for Mira originally, but Mira gave it away, and that was an important thing to bring up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently Mira's dying,
Yes,
which,
Mira is in the
story of
process
everyone's
of
life.
die. I'm wondering how long it's going to take BB to ask questions about the necklace.
I mean,
Well,
it
I'm
broke
assuming.
last
Well, I'm
time,
assuming
so-
if she. Well, I'm assuming if she's dying and she has the necklace, then that's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it?
She doesn't. It broke last time.
Oh, okay.
It just broke. Like, as soon as Xenial disconnected from
Oh, is it
Niall,
like?
it
Oh,
broke.
I see. Is it like the inverse of Eleanor's? Not Eleanor. Was that her
Yes.
name?
Yeah, Eleanor.
Okay. That's right. I'm thinking of, is it Eleanor or Ella? That's right. Ella was the smile doll. Eleanor was the demon from whatever the FNAF version of Hell is.
Oh, to talk about FNAF.
I was more thinking
Yeah,
of
my favorite. Yeah.
I was more thinking of the necklace in the first Tales of.
It's the
Plex
same
book.
thing.
Frailty. Yeah, that's the same one.
Yep.
It's,
We don't ever see
Oh.
her, but it's heavily implied that that she must have made a deal with Eleanor at some point.
This isn't the same. This isn't the same one. This is just like a variation.
Yeah, the one from Frailty.
I mean, but for one thing, I don't remember a single character named Eleanor being mentioned in the story so far. So.
Well, she also mentioned Frailty either. We only know that it's connected if you read one of the Phasma Fright stories.
Which I assume Bon has, so therefore would have. I guess it depends on, a lot of this stuff I know comes from book lore. So there might be someone named Eleanor that comes up in the future.
Dude, if Eleanor shows up, we're all done. She is like an actual, like she's not some random spirit. I'm pretty sure she's just a straight up demon.
Yeah. I mean, they might need some demonic intervention depending on how this goes, but whether or not she'd make things better or worse is another matter altogether.
What I tried to do with this series, like, I wanted it to connect like subtly with the books. I didn't want it to depend on reading the books, just so that people who haven't read the books, such as Jacob, would be able to follow the story without.
Oh, look how well that worked out for you.
What are you talking about? I think it's working okay.
Also,
I mean, I can follow this as a casual observer, but then everyone else who who is more into FNAF than the bare minimum, then they seem to be more confused by it. So it works for new observers, I suppose, more so than it does for the.
But no, Eleanor is a big monkey's paw situation.
It's like the Digimon movie, but actually good.
Because in To Be Beautiful, she basically gives a girl who isn't even ugly, for the record, but teenage girl has slight weight and mirror, setup.
Hormones and insecurity, yada yada. Okay.
Yeah, gets necklace, and then she gets sung to sleep every night. And Eleanor's like, as long as you keep this necklace on, you look beautiful. And every day she wakes up more and more beautiful, more thin, more traditional. Eventually, her necklace falls off, and then she collapses into a pile of trash, and it's revealed that Eleanor had been secretly taking away her body parts and replacing them with robot bits through magic. And then
we did not need to explain the story.
No, we actually didn't. I don't know why you're explaining this. We were just because like the Eleanor thing was brought up by you, and has nothing to do with this story.
Well,
BB's just been waiting for someone for too long to ask about it.
No, because Jacob was
Right.
like, oh, well, it depends on if she'd bring anything good or bad, but it's both from what we've seen in her playbook. Because in Frailty, the necklace has like a power to bring anything back to life, heal any. Like there's someone with like stage 4 cancer or something, casually fine after a bit of the shavings go on her, but it does cause the user to become a robot and again dies. Lots of tragic stories in the books.
So essentially, in order to cure a to damaging cell mutations, you get rid of the cells. So, okay,
No. So the person essentially shaved off bits of the metal onto the cancer patient. So the cancer patient is
see.
fine, and she herself is sacrificing her body and soul.
Yes, I found a way to cure cancer: shrapnel poisoning. Okay,
Essentially, yeah.
Pretty much.
right, fine. So speaking of things that've been waiting for a while, Maya 2.0 here says, I'm curious, I've actually barely seen Bond's series. I'm kind of excited. You know, this is going to be interesting, actually, coming in 2 seasons in, because I came in 4 episodes too late and was completely lost. So I am wondering what this is going to be like for you specifically. We're going to keep an eye on your reactions for today.
Well,
Wait, do I voice Monty in this?
No, it was clickbait. No.
Why do you think I made this the title?
No, he doesn't
Title of
voice
the-
Monty. It's just major clickbait.
Do I have to put Monty VA next to my username in order for that to be apparent?
Yeah, you're not legit. You're just
Yeah,
a random
everyone
dude.
else
You're
has
in
it.
Taylor.
You're the only faker here.
You're fake, yeah.
I'm in the thumbnail, so oh wait, I see. I was going to bring that up actually because the thumbnail looking interesting. This is the thumbnail, by the way, for today, and I mean, yeah, it is definitely something that looks quite interesting.
Ghosty. That's the work
yeah.
of Ghosty right there.
I was going to say, it definitely thumbnail looked as I would personally probably call this slightly cluttered with a bunch of things, but then again, the core detail of 2 characters facing off with each other while 2 others cower behind them probably means they're arguing for the sake of somebody else. So it does, give you a bit of an implication of what's going to happen in the actual episode.
It's really funny because the original thumbnail that I had for Ghosty, she's just like, there's too much going on. So then she's just like, here, just give me the characters, I'll remake it. And I'd argue there's even more going on in this one, but thankfully for me, she actually removed 2 of the characters in this episode that would have spoiled some major things later, and I realized too late. I'm like, okay, thank goodness I made this choice.
That's fair. This is also a thing about thumbnails that I've learned is that is that usually like 1 to 2 characters, maybe 3 of any kind, like on the thumbnail is usually the most clickable. That's why you don't tend to see so many, because like there's so many things to focus on, people won't focus on them as much.
Yeah,
that's
there's
why
6 in this thumbnail.
Yeah. It's it's mainly an issue when it comes to stuff like disco pops, for example, that use the default thumbnail. Everyone's in a bus queue together.
Yeah.
It's like, there's so much going on now. There's so many people.
By the way, Bond, did you change the filter at all, or is it still the same?
It's the same filter, but like one of them can't be changed. Like one of them is just on or off, and the other one I toned back, which was Lynxie's, which is A14's.
Sure.
So I toned it back, but I think there's still issues with like being able to discern it because I can't really tell because I've heard the voice line all over and over again, and I know what it is. Like I know what the line is supposed to sound like, so my brain just probably tricks myself into thinking that it sounds clear, but it doesn't. So I'm not sure, but just for a fail-safe, I added the subtitles.
That's okay. The subtitles will make us think we heard them. It's the classic ghost video trick.
Yeah,
those subtitles gave me so many problems. Oh my god, BB, you would know. You've seen me in your stream. Please, I need more luck, BB.
God, yeah, that stream was a lot better than the one I did today. Man.
Oh yeah, BB's stream crashed.
Yeah, it was awful.
Oh.
My cat or someone unplugged the modem. I sat there for 10 minutes waiting for it to reload. I was like, all right, fine, I'm just gonna go reset it. Turns out it was unplugged. I waited for that to come back. And then I spent the rest of the stream on the starting soon screen because I forgot to undo that after I already unplugged it. Thankfully, all the interest...
slowly starting up again.
This is the
No,
same stream
yeah.
that the same stream that stopped me from doing my usual calls to action at the end of the last one. So
Yeah. Yeah.
funny how that worked out. Hope they checked out Epic the Musical, because that was the other call to action we got there. That probably worked out a little bit more in their favor.
Yeah, Epic had a lot more quality than this stream did, I'll tell you that much.
Fair enough. One last thing about thumbnails before we move on. Actually, I realized that YouTube is actually including this feature for some channels. I don't know if it's for everyone yet, but I have heard a lot about this ABC feature that they're testing out currently, where they'll put 3 thumbnails of video in circulation, and you get the data and clicks the data from like each one, so you see which one's performing the best. I'm not sure if that's available for everyone yet, but in future, I'll probably be testing that out with some other videos, not gacha review videos, because those are mostly dependent on what the actual thumbnail of the original video is. But for some other stuff,
Oh, that could be so cool for that could be so cool for ARGs. People have to figure out what all the thumbnails are to figure out all the clues and stuff. It'd be like a big community thing. That could be cool.
I guess, although you don't even need the ABC feature for that, because, well, first of all, people only be shown one thumbnail while that's going on. It's about trying to see which one actually does get the most impressions. Secondly, you can just change the thumbnail of the video as many times as you want anyway. Nowadays, you can do that just as easily.
Guys, please don't tell Aiden. I'm scared.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, because you do all of his thumbnails for the most important videos, so that's just going to triple your workload. Maybe we should mention to Aiden that he should ask 3 separate people to do one thumbnail and see which one performs the best. If that's, again, I'm not sure how available this feature is yet, but it's something that YouTube is rolling out at the moment.
Get people engaged.
Man, Aiden's is gonna be demanding triple the workload from Emily, and Emily's just gonna quit on the spot.
If he does that, come to me and I'll remind him that the plan was to have 3 separate people. But anyway, let's so speaking of more than one person doing more than one thing, let's let James have an argument with himself, which I haven't done since one of my first dual performances, or one of my first voice acting gacha things in general, actually. It's one of those things that, again, the video got removed by YouTube itself, but actually Aiden has has that clip still in one of the tribute videos he made for when my channel turned 7, I think.
I'm still waiting for the opportunity to do that. I've always really wanted to argue with myself.
Me too.
Well, you know what? I will bear that in mind for future projects.
Hey, but want to talk about the export struggle like you did with Kiddo? Well, I already talked about it, and I think Jacob's etching to get going, so it's not that important.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you've got, sure. If you want to, then that's fine. But if Jacob, you want to go, then let's go.
I mean, if anyone's curious to see the clip, I can download it from Aiden's channel while you talk.
Okay, so like GK said, I spoke about this on KW's stream when she was reacting. So for 98% of this episode, all was going fine. There were minor expected bugs in throughout that I was able to fix and work around. But this was one I have never seen before. I was trying to export it, and it would give me a pop-up, not even from the app. It's a pop-up as though it's saying your phone is low battery, that kind of pop-up, from the phone. And it's it said something along the lines of an error occurred with your export. We don't know how to fix it. Here's the error code. Bye, pretty much. That was the long and short of it. So I looked up the error code, and other people were saying, yeah, I have no idea why this happens or how to fix it. And I'm like, oh, this isn't good. So I just started poking around like I usually do, brute force, to see if I could narrow down where the issue was. And I just wasn't finding it. There were some points where it would get better. The problem was that I was noticing a pattern. It would always give me that pop up and crash whenever the export was 78% of the way done. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just poked around a little bit, and then sometimes it would give me 79, 80, 81, but it would always crash around the same time. And I never understood why. So that's when I started going to the Discord server and say, "Hey guys, this might be delayed again because this isn't working." So it was probably the episode was probably going to come out on Thursday anyway because of these bugs. So you're in the clear, Jacob. You're good. So BB was trying to help me out, just asking questions, trying to troubleshoot it. But then it got to the point where BB's like, "Okay, I'm gonna download the app and see if I can find cache." And I'm like, "No, BB, this is where we stop, okay? Like, I'll figure it out."
Look, I hate how you're doing this all on mobile, man. This is not my wheelhouse. Cause on the computer I can find the cache for all that. Because that's a common problem, right, in editing softwares, where it won't let you export and it won't really tell you why or anything. And then you find out that the editing software has been like secretly keeping a ton of logs and stuff, and that's why your storage has been draining like super low. It's just sitting in a file that's hard to find. And it's like, okay, now I know what to look for. Now I can kind of just go down the rabbit hole and figure that out and just purge a bunch of that.
Mm-hmm.
Not as easy on a phone.
No, it's not. But again, it works for me. So anyway, what the issue ended up like, I was just on BB's stream, just like, oh my god, this thing is now at 99% and it's crashing. So I'm like, it takes an hour every time to export. And every single time it's crashing. So it's so annoying. And I'm just sitting in BB's stream like, "Oh, BB, what's happening?" And BB's just like playing Control. So like, she can't help.
Control so much.
Yeah,
so
I know
good.
you do. Anyways, that was the same day that the Sense by Buns review was happening. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go to the Jacob Butter stream, it's going to be a breather. It's going to be fine. Jacob Butter streams always make me feel better. There's no way it could get any
the
worse than
BB
this.
streams notably do not.
There's no way it could get any worse, right? It's just a Jacob Butter stream. I mean, what they're reviewing looks fine. Boy, was I wrong. What was that? That stream,
This is the thing with...
like, half of our chat got epilepsy. Like,
I slowed down the footage, yeah.
They were diagnosed with epilepsy that day. They obtained it. That stream, like, triggered all of us. And I couldn't stand there. I was like, okay, this is so great. Anyways, what the problem ended up being, apparently, is just the second part of the video just didn't like being clipped shorter than it was. So I just fixed it, and then it exported fine with no issue, and then I did the subtitles version, and yeah, that one was fine too. So I got nothing, but
it should be noted that part of how he figured it out was because he ended up exporting a bunch of it until eventually he got to like a very small clip to see if that would break or not.
Because like what I did was I split the video in half and then tried to export the first part and then the second part. But then the second part wouldn't export, so I split that one in half. It just like kept going and going until I found the problem. I didn't need to go very far. I don't know why that specific part of the video is the issue. Hence why it kept pausing at 78%. Something in the second half of the video is not working. So, but it got fixed. We're all good now. Oh
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Oh yeah. So there's one more thing too, right? So when I finally got the thing to export, the last thing that was to be exported was like oh my goodness.
Man, that's a younger Jacob right there.
It's me.
Me, yeah. So another thing. So after I exported, the last thing that was to go in was just like very subtle like sound effects. But because I've been paying so much attention to this dumb exporting, I didn't check the sound effects, and one of the sound effects was just blasting over one of the most important scenes of the film. And I'm just like, oh my god. And then I waved my white flag. I'm like, I'm done. But then the server was like, no, you can do it. You can still fix this. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll fix it. And I fixed it, and then that was that. It was a war in the last little bit.
I like how looking at these angles side by side, and I'm sure it's just the angle, but it does make it look like over the years your neck has shrunk.
I don't see it.
Yeah, no idea. I thought you were still talking to Bond for a second there. You guys are
No, I'm talking to you, Jacob.
Okay, fair enough. This isn't the clip I was talking about anyway. This was just part of.
That is such a wild angle.
But, like, Okay, so here we go. This is the clip of the first time that I argued with myself when it comes to voice acting.
I've been dealing with a child for 2 years. He's 21 years old. Even if
Yeehaw.
he looks 10. Listen,
It's
we've
me,
been
Cole
worried
Gray.
sick about you. You've never been away for this long. What happened to you? Maybe I realized that I had nothing left to come back to. That's
I like
not
the small
true.
Mario jump.
Voice
I
is
wonder
so
why-
high.
Well,
That's what I have
yeah,
to come back to. Yeehaw.
yeah. So like that guy has like Daniel's voice from my stream. I don't know why that was the impression that we landed on, but that's just what I did in the first Gacha review. And then when I got cast the character, I just kept that. In the case of Cole Gray, that was actually more of a situation where I picked like this gruff voice originally, and then Shorty just did not like that, so I said, okay, fine, you tell me what the character sounds like then, and then that's what they described. And so when Tame Babba became voice acted, I got both of those roles because that's how that goes. And yeah, that was one of my proto Ashley things, was the Cole Gray voice, like this thing here, particularly. So yeah, which not so easy to turn that into shouting. I was yet to hear C.VA's advice about picking a voice that you can do all emotions in rather than just the one. But there you go. Live and learn, I suppose. Let's see how I did this time. Without further ado, on the review.
It's your baton. Oh, you're muted,
Gacha
Jacob.
voice acting.
Oh, we're back.
I should remember the thumbnail comes up in these beforehand anyway.
Let me out, idiot. I don't have a stupid power.
Question, was that the first jump scare?
Yep.
Okay.
You can imagine, like, I feel like I can hear KW ambiently in the background.
As soon as
Can
it turns the
almost hear
volume,
her scream.
I heard "Oh Ashley." Yeah, well, that was like a prototype "Oh Ashley." I hadn't heard about that meme yet, but it was it was very clear that the way, because Cole Gray was like an actual fantasy of Shorty's, so having that get brought to life was, you know, the first time I was like, huh, this is actually a really funny thing to do. So,
By the way,
yeah. Oh Ashley, I suppose. I don't know.
I think that line probably could have had another take.
Yeah. That's Bezwas for you.
Or New Anonymous, I suppose.
Okay. What are the odds, Monty? I mean, Mira arrived at the pizza Plex with an anomaly already attached to her. Now we have the exact same thing happening to Niall a year later. It's just weird.
I don't think this is a simple coincidence. These two
Jacob
occurrences
continues
are
to
connected.
talk to himself
In
in
what?
the first minute.
And Monty
yeah,
still
like-
does not have his country accent.
I know. So I noticed that Jacob's starting to sound more and more like Yoda as the takes go on.
Oh God.
the original Taylor.
He's
Yeah,
going back
because
and
I
forth.
I started with like the rock and roll thing that Bond mentioned. I was like, yeah, no, you're hide on the spot, like from a previous review. And then afterwards, when I found out that he had like the croc voice, you know, I had to like add that on top. So like again, I start over here and then try to add that, and then it becomes something else different. So yeah, it's I just try not to go into like Nappa. Honestly, that's the real issue. Hey, Vegeta, I'm glitching.
We'll see the real difference because he has a bit of country in him.
Rock and roll.
Fair enough. That was not the Rockstar voice that I was described, but I will try to remember that for next time, actually. Because, I mean, clearly I can just add a little bit of coal into him, so we'll see how that goes next time.
You sprinkle in just all your different roles in there, see what works.
That is how I come up with new voices for the most part. Sometimes it's like a new bizarre thing that I think of off the top of my head, or it's a particular impression. That's how I had with Emil, of course. Was a mix with Yogi's grandpa, which is not a role that I had, but it's one that I was inspired by. But then other times it's a case of like, okay, well, this kind of a similar thing to what I've done with this previous role, but hey, I'm gonna add something different this time. Maybe the accent's changed, or it's a different octave, or I don't know.
Way. Could this
What
virus
is
be
ice pack?
contagious?
Your boy.
Did the first
Yeah.
anomaly
And then meanwhile, Taylor's just me.
I still stand by Blue Brick.
But oh, just holding a blue brick to his head.
Well, it doesn't
I mean,
look like an
I-
ice pack, and I prefer Blue Brick.
I've seen cooler packs that look like that for like, you know, like bags where you would want to store food for long travel.
Oh
They
no,
look
I've
like
got a
those
legit,
ones.
I've got a legit ice pack in my freezer that looks exactly like that.
I
So
don't
I
think
guess
I've-
I've got a blue brick of my own.
I don't think
Yeah,
I've
you're from
ever
Canada, you
used
take
an
it
ice
outside, it'll
pack.
freeze anyway.
to a new host?
Well, first of all, if the virus was contagious, it's impossible for it to transfer to someone who doesn't even exist as a physical being. Quite frankly, it would be more likely that you would catch this virus. And second of all,
Catch
the
this
first
virus.
you couldn't possibly
Catch
trans-
this virus! Yeehaw!
Hey, look, that sounds country to the way that you're throwing it there.
So I
Anyway.
knew anyway, since you had destroyed it. Once it was in that little flash drive, you shattered it.
That's right. I did.
Press X to doubt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
the
it's
ancient.
all these
Oh,
This
the
action
ancient
will have
Jedi.
consequences.
The ancient Jedi text, huh? Have you read them? Have you? Page turners, they were not.
Just always comes back to Yoda every time.
were already in these humans when they arrived here. But this boy was put here against his will, and couldn't leave thanks to his robotic prison. You said these anomalies
We're talking about
briefly
season
replaced
one.
each other when the girl was taken over.
Yeah.
What's your point?
My point is that the girl's anomaly must have been looking for the other.
I've been.
Or just something, yeah.
You walked into a review.
Hmm. Ah, yes. our DM. If anyone hasn't seen Quest of the Rising Sun yet on KW's channel, check it out. It's a fun
It's
time.
pretty
for-
solid.
Indeed. Well, I think so.
It has a banger intro.
It has a lot of canon songs.
It has a work in progress intro. I'm still trying to improve that.
That's why the girl arrived here. She was being drawn, perhaps, to a fellow species.
You might be
She's
right.
so cool.
It was behind her.
But
Yeah.
it didn't seem like a very amicable reunion.
The tiger makes a
It
reappearance!
ended with Neil betraying mirrors. If they
It's
were
Bowser's
meant to be
first VA.
reuniting, why would they oppose each other?
Maybe it's the furnace!
That I have no answer for.
Oh, it's growling at me.
Ah, here's the first of our captions.
Okay, YouTube. Is it that glitchy? Holy
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna rewind and I'm gonna see if I can start with my eyes closed. Wait, I have to actually look.
I tiger, my
Tiger
beloved.
again.
spoke to each other. It ended with Niles
Jacob
anomaly
backstream.
betraying mirrors. If they were meant to be reuniting, why would they oppose each other?
That I have
You
no
gotta
answer for.
fix these audio levels, man.
Oppose him because he's a goddamn maniac.
Well,
Maybe it's because I heard the line before. I read the line before, but actually, yeah, it doesn't seem too bad. I mean, definitely a huge amount of echo that I probably would tone down, but yeah, I could make that one out. I think.
Not to worry. He simply fell asleep.
You shouldn't be here. If the others see you, if Niall...
No,
Bless you.
he's not seeing anything.
He averted his gaze. It counts.
Or any other.
Number
Not what
15.
that's not what happened.
I mean, he seemed to be just cowering down with the window that was right next to him.
No, you should have been paying attention to his eyes.
But, okay, this is another thing with this show. By the way, I have to rewind several times. Like, okay, if you look into one specific part of the screen, you miss something else, which is usually okay. But when it comes to be when it comes to important stuff, especially, I guess if we're, let's face it, with a caption video, because I'm reading those at the same time.
Oh,
It's probably fine in reality.
I'm not seeing anything.
Okay, his eyes are purple. Does that mean blindness in this context, or?
No, it was
Well-
staticky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Static.
well, I heard the static. I didn't see it in the eyes themselves.
Or any others be arriving anytime soon. It's just us, I can assure you of that.
Yeah, this is where the lines probably would be a bit more hard to tell without the captions.
What do you want, GM? I don't have any more electronics for you.
I know you need more energy. I'm managing
This,
fine.
yeah, this line glitched a little bit with the volume.
It looks like you've got a little problem on your hands.
Yes.
If you want, I can turn it up. I just remember that the anomalies have a habit of peaking the microphone, so I turned it down a lot this time. But I'll make it a bit louder.
The others are
They don't-
trying to find
they don't yell in
Skrill,
this
so
one.
we can devise a way
Oh, okay.
to eradicate his anomaly. Maybe I could set him free too.
Absolutely not. This one must be killed. He's far more unpredictable than anything you've ever encountered. He is incapable of change.
Well, I
Number
thought this about you
15.
before.
I was just about to type that. Number 50.
Well, Winky's delivery is awesome. It's great. Her tone just always makes me think of the number 15 meme. Number 15.
Burger King foot lettuce. Yeah.
It's so funny. I just can't unhear it.
That's fair. I mean, when I hear Niles, I don't think of Leon
Number
Tarkshina, but that's a me
15,
thing.
Murder in a pizza
Besides,
place.
I thought you said he was superior to the anomalies.
Number 15. Taylor's a traitor.
A11 is not as powerful as me, but he is also not as intelligent as me. Nowhere near, in fact.
And he's
Yeah, the line
certainly not
itself
as
also-
prideful as me.
Yeah, they're probably not as slurred as you either, because that, again, it's also, I think, underneath the filter, the line also seen like goes a bit slurred. It's like, there's also not as powerful as me. in that specific one.
To the point where he is unpredictable.
Notice how
Thank you.
chill GM is around Taylor. Well, probably because GM has nothing to fear at this point. If anything, Taylor's on the back foot. That's a power dynamic that you have with a lot of characters, and that can either change or stay the same in a scene. In this case, it seems to be fairly consistent that Taylor's the one who should be afraid and is on the back foot.
Oh yeah,
That
I mean
being
she even
he's
like
not,
healed the
though.
guy, so I don't think she's viewing Taylor as any kind of threat.
Yeah,
Well, GK's literally pointing out the things that I said on KW stream because everyone was just like quiet and saying something. I'm like, there's things you should be paying attention to here, but GK's just doing it for me in this stream. But what I was what I was going to say is Taylor is fairly chill around GM2. Like, it's not in this. Don't get me wrong, he is uncomfortable, but it's not in the sense that, oh my god, the monster's back, everyone run. It's just, what are you doing here? Like, you shouldn't be here. As though he's kind of in on something. Does that make sense?
Okay, to be fair, she teleported. At that point, once you've seen her enough time, it's like, well, here we are, I guess.
I mean, Skrullio does that like every scene that he's in. So again, Taylor would be used to that concept at least.
No, he's not surprised by her teleporting everywhere. He's like GM is a powerful being. Like you've seen what A11 can do in the previous episode. GM could do the same things, but like,
and
they are
Taylor's aware of
powerful.
that because he's the one who identified that anomalies had those powers to begin
Yes.
with.
Yes, so they are powerful beings and can be lethal. So but Taylor is not as freaked out as maybe the others might be if GM showed up to them. So, and also GM is not as you noticed this before, GM is not dead. GM was like Taylor in the first season after separating GM from Mira was like, okay, I'm gonna go destroy this thing, and then proceeds to not destroy it. So Taylor's kind of not Taylor's kind of on the fence when it comes to sides.
Oh, but she didn't really destroy anything because it's all a movie set.
Yeah. When I'll say when I recorded these lines, it's been a while, but I think I remember when I recorded this scene, I tried to play it as if yes, Taylor is scared, but he doesn't want to give off that image because as soon as you show that much fear, that makes it even worse for you. So underneath the bravado, you're supposed to get a little bit of the nervousness coming through. And
His,
yeah,
his,
that
his fear doesn't come from GM like being there. It comes from like he's worried that other people are going to show up and see her. He's worried. He's worried about being seen with her, which is interesting.
I mean, I feel like, as somebody who knows what anomalies are capable of and someone who was tortured by them last scene, he would also potentially, have a little bit of a self-preservation going on. But
yeah, he's not afraid of GM. He's afraid of denial. He doesn't know how to feel about Xenial. Like he hasn't met Xenial yet, but
Man,
GM he's not afraid of.
I'm just waiting for him to meet anger.
What?
Right. I don't know. That sounds like a Hulk quote or something.
I don't get it.
No, it's a stage of grief
plan,
joke.
purpose.
Oh, so I heard me anger, not the anger. Okay.
Oh
No,
my god,
meat
you're so
anger.
funny.
All he knows is suffering. And for this, he is dangerous. I was in control of my host. I had no intention of killing it.
That it is a her.
Man,
I will
Taylor
say
does
also-
not stand for misgendering anybody. Let it be
Yeah.
known.
Yeah.
Referring to someone as an like unless that's what they prefer. Referring to someone as an it is kind of a sign of
Yeah.
inferior.
There's this book series called The World According to Humphrey that's narrated by Humphrey the hamster, and one of his pet
Oh, I read
peeves is
that
being called an
series.
it. Oh, well, there you go. See, yeah, exactly. Was that where you got that from? The idea of like being
No.
called an it?
No, just the the anomalies see themselves as higher beings to humans, which kind of they are because they are much stronger and
And
have
to
capabilities
themselves,
than-
apparently. I mean, she's kind of dissing A11 here.
Well, yeah, because A11 is as KW put it, A11 is stupid, and she's right. A11 doesn't like what GM is saying here is like A11 is is super unpredictable to the point where like we
He's
can't
not
even.
stupid. He's passionate.
He's just a funky little guy.
She's not crazy. She's creative.
Lord.
Green is
okay.
not a creative color.
Oh, Jacob didn't get that reference. That was a Black Friday reference.
Oh, I got the I was thinking of the "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" one that came right after.
Yeah,
that,
that's
but
the
yeah.
one I was making.
Yeah, that's
No,
still how
yeah, the one that
stupid.
Bomb was making was the Black Friday one.
Doorway. I had no intention of killing her. I simply wanted her to.
Oh yeah, the reason I paused this, I forgot to mention this. I'm again, anomalies and viruses, different things slightly, but considering that we had the whole thing about a virus last time, viruses actually don't intend to kill their host ever. It's just how they survive and reproduce. So actually, this completely tracks either way.
Yep.
I wasn't.
I cannot believe it.
A11. He has no limit. He will torture his host with frequency. He will
Why can't I pause?
bleed out.
So I was trying to let Bomb finish the sentence, and then suddenly,
Like I'm just like always thinking to myself, I wonder which details that the people reviewing are going to pick up on, and that is not one that I had on my list.
Oh my
That's-
god. These hand movements are the funniest thing in the world to me. He will bleed out his host as she's like revving up like an electric like look at her hands, man. She's
Yeah,
about to get a
Ghost,
lawnmower
yeah.
going.
yeah, Ghost, look away from the tail, then you'll see that.
As
Yeah.
much as he can until it dies.
Then we'll just have to extract him as soon as possible.
It won't be as easy as mine. We'll put up a much more vicious fight. He'll try to kill you, and the connection is different from mine.
In what way?
A11's implant wasn't a chip. It was a mutation.
So much for him not seeing what's going on. At least he can feel it now.
Yeah, he
It
can
was a
feel
series
it.
of cells that
It's like my eyes are static. Something's pulling my arm. Help!
I literally did the same thing on KW streams. Like, why is Niall acting like that? Like, what would you do if, like, say you're in a pitch black room and someone grabs your arm? Like, he's feel like, what?
I wouldn't call this room pitch black per se, but
Well,
I
no,
guess
not the room, but like I'm giving an example because Niall can't see anything, so I'm just trying to give.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can't say. What if you were in purple static? Like, no, you wouldn't be able to see anything.
Yeah, this is also a question because specifically GM said here that that Niall can't see what's going on. Obviously, he can feel, but can he hear as well? Because this whole conversation is now it's occurring in the room, and
No, he can't hear.
I
Okay.
look at chat.
Just checking, the static's too loud.
That came from me yesterday. I was like, that's just how cancer works. You're just saying it's cancer.
Cancer.
It's like,
Okay.
so he's cancer then. That's how cancer works.
Yeah, what Emily said. GM is describing how Niall's implant works. It wasn't a chip that was installed into him. It was like a mutation, a series of cells that synced and fused into the bloodstream and just began rapidly multiplying.
Yeah, no, that is
Emily's
absolutely.
like, oh, he just
Just
has cancer.
cancer.
Emily's just like, oh, so is and I'm like, yeah, but Xenial isn't really doing much. And Emily's like, oh, so Xenial's the benign cancer.
Yeah, I was literally thinking that in my head. Yeah, benign.
Yeah, he's just dealing with some untreated HPV or something while sitting here in like the pizza Plex.
A11's like the most
bloodstream. Stream. That's why those markings appear. You simply can't get rid of them with a petty disc.
So how do we get rid of him?
You can't.
Okay, sure. Oh well, I guess was that a you to 10 or a you plural? Was the
My friend
question.
and I can. And we'll help you if you trust us.
Well, I trust you. Not sure how I'm going to get the others on board, though.
Again, I may or may not have had other takes just in case I read the scene wrong. Was like, well, I trust you.
Yeah, no.
Please don't kill me.
Man, you know, we don't want another incident like last time, do we? Oh God! Oh! And then he's just fine.
He's able to stand up after being tortured. It's fine.
The black-haired friend should be on board already. It's my host that will cause the most problems.
Oh, just realistic drill.
What?
Realistic. It's the good part. Vector.
I love just throwing realistic drills around.
I just love she walks in the next scene and she just picks up some realistic drill and chucks it.
Think faster. It's like in Spider Forever, just all the stuff that
Trust
the boss
drill.
lady's doing while Kurt Mega's in the room.
Yeah, that was a test.
Yeah. It's like, that's a grenade, it's live, I have to pin. Ah! Anyway. I just reopened this video. I had nobody else comments pop up before. I just opened YouTube back and saw everyone's comment before it was empty. Oh, well, you're talking about the live chat. Yeah, I have no idea what that happens. How's the episode treating you? You confused yet? So just GM tossing around Taylor's property. Yeah, another way to show a difference in the balance of power. Just messing up somebody's environment while they have no way of protesting against you.
I was more thinking of it in the sense of being comfortable with.
Okay,
checking
we
and
gotta
stuff.
stop you using just these realistic tool
relationship,
photos.
like-
It's so weird, man.
Okay, here's the thing. So the reason that this looks more realistic than the other vector images is because it's slightly less monochromatic than most of the other ones, like you would see in Gacha. That's why it stands out a bit more than otherwise.
But it's not like actual real life photo. This one came from FreePic, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, not everything on FreePic is the most usable for Gacha. In this case, it's not so much of an issue, but yeah, FreePic has a lot of stuff on purpose, and there's they're not all going to be winners.
Yeah, it's not.
I personally don't mind
necessarily
when props are like this. If they're able to interact with them properly, like for example, if GM's thumb might have been masked over the top of it, for example, to show that it's being held like a Gacha prop normally would be in this scenario, then yeah, that to me is like but that's that to me is a good is a good enough blend of the two, I guess, variations, let's say.
See,
And the same thing with backgrounds as well. If people enjoy to interact with backgrounds with different gacha characters, then that's fine. I don't mind that. But yeah, for some other people, it ends up being more off-putting.
well, see, it's not even. It's just I like the idea that she sees this and she's not even react. Like, look at how blankly she's staring at this thing. Like, it's just the same as everything else around her, which is just the funniest thing to me because it's just not.
Well, see that this is another way of how to blend things in that that aren't the same to make them feel like they're part of the same world is having your actors, or in this case your animated characters, treat the objects like they're normal. It's the same way that movies that will combine live action and animation together, they attempt to do this where they treat the animated characters as if they are part of the scene, and the more convincing they are as performers, the more convinced you are as the audience. It's the same idea.
But whenever you talk about something like what you call it, the one with the football dude, Space Jam. See, the reason why Space Jam gets away with it is because that's obviously part of the joke.
Okay, yeah, in some cases they do acknowledge these things. Sometimes they try to pretend like they're real. Most CGI films will try to pretend like the characters, are most realistic things ever. Think about like the Alvin the Chipmunks franchise, for example. But yeah, and then some other cases in like Roger Rabbit, they do both. They acknowledge the characters are in fact toons, but they do everything and more, go above and beyond to make it seem like the toons are part of the exact same world. Coin the phrase "bumping the lamp" that comes in that movie. So there are ways around this, and yeah, this happens to be one of them.
You're convincing. I trust you can change your mind.
Thanks. You mentioned that my black-haired friend, I think you mean Skrilliet, was already on board. What makes you say that? He hates your species almost as much as the others do.
Oh, what a sentence.
Hey, well,
Look, Taylor supports the pronoun supporting, right? But he is, however, racist against viruses.
I think he was describing that Skrilliet hates their species, not necessarily himself in that sentence.
Sure, the wording's a little bit funky though.
How is the wording funky? He hates your species.
See, I don't even know that are they even really different species? I don't know, they take on such a humanoid form that is like, well...
Didn't we just go over how they view themselves as superior to humans and how there's a difference between them?
Anomalies take the form of their
incredibly
hosts.
biased and clearly prideful source.
Anomalies take the appearance of their host. That's their thing. So GM looks vaguely like Mira.
Oh, I need a virus cow. That'd be so cool for no reason.
We don't see A11 in this, in his anomaly form, but he takes the form of Nile, and Xenial did take the form of Nile as well.
Oh, well, okay, I was not going to mention A11, but all right.
I just had the stupidest idea, because since the viruses end up taking on, or the anomalies in this case will take on the form of reminiscent.
You're not going to bring up a Spider-Man meme, are you?
Of their host. Well, actually, I was just thinking of if a virus did happen to possess like an animal, like say for example like a fly or something that was that happened to still live in the Plex or something, then yeah, that would be another threat, I suppose. And then in my brain I was like, haha, the flyrus.
Oh my god.
I don't remember the fly playing out this way, man.
It's kind of like when I invented Worm for All.
The flyrus.
If people don't know, Worm for All was a concept that I came up with before I understood the inner workings of One for All, the quirk from My Hero Academia, because I knew that it was passed down through genetic materials, so like a person's hair or something. So I thought, well, okay, what happens if like a One for All user ends up dying and the worms in the ground end up consuming like part of their body whilst it decomposes? Does that count? Do they get the One for All quirk? And then I came up with a villain called Worm for All as a reference to that would emerge at some point in the future of the series. I then found out afterwards that One for All has to be passed down deliberately, so you can't just yank All Might's hair or something and be like, yeah, gimme, yum yum or something. That's not that wouldn't work, which makes way
Can-
more sense. Otherwise, his barber must be the most jacked human being in existence.
Can the viruses take over anything?
I haven't thought this far ahead because it never happened.
Can they take
The virus is real. It will happen.
can they take over another virus?
No.
Real life viruses don't take over other viruses, so they probably operate similarly to that, but a more digital / mystical equivalent.
If you took on a computer virus and then you grabbed if you know how to get two similar working viruses, do you think they try to compete for control?
It just turned into a game of Risk.
Yeah, they probably would end up negatively impacting each other without even meaning to, because ultimately, in this case, the virus is usually out for its own survival. So if it can't survive, then it's just doing damage to other fellow viruses without meaning to, because again, they never mean to destroy, like I said before. GM also has glitch chat. Oh, that's what it stands for. Okay, all right. She's an anomaly. Yeah, I would watch a Worm for All show. I wouldn't necessarily say that Worm for All would be like the focus of the show, but would be like a reoccurring character or something. Like the Rose Gallery of villains. It'd be in there somewhere. It was my idea for Worm for All, but how would it be spelled? Second one of those, Flyrus. Or maybe hyphenated. It might be hyphenated. Fly-Rus. Yeah.
Yeah, you just didn't put in an art in the first one.
It's just Flyus.
I know he's British and all, but I can still hear an R.
Yeah. I may not have a rhotic accent, but it's still evident sometimes.
Convince them they meet us in the lobby. There, A10 and I will walk you through our plan. Trust us. We know what we're dealing with.
Wait, one more thing before you go. You mentioned A10, but I'm yet to meet him.
You are not holding that correctly.
Just pointing it to my shoulder.
He's not meant to be holding it correctly, right? He's not using it.
Right,
I mean,
but
unless-
why is he holding it to himself? It's a
That's how he caught it.
tool.
How he
Also,
caught it.
he's holding it with his bandaged hand as well.
Dude, he
It's
just
a real Lina Rosie moment. Hey Lina, napkin. I mean,
Oh no, that reminds me
holla.
of okay, so that reminds me of one of my blunders in manufacturing class where we had to find something and it was like a race, right? And if we did all this, then we get like a prize. It was like a meal at like Sonic or whatever. And so I found the thing and I was running behind because everyone else was finding their stuff so much sooner. So I was like, finally, I found it. And so I grabbed it and triumphantly I slam it down into the guy's hand. And then I realized, oh, whoops, I poked him. Because I was just like, here it is. And it just, bam.
Well, that was still less harrowing than what Hannah went through, I guess.
Hey, Watson, Cinderblock.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means.
That's a meme. Hey, Watson, Cinderblock.
I think Watson and I think Mary Jane Watson. So I'm
think
just thinking
John
of someone
Watson,
throwing a
but
cinder
okay.
block at her.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, I was gonna say John Watson. Yeah, that's what I think of.
We'll see.
Forgive me, Taylor. My system seemed to have inadvertently crashed.
Oh, he's back to talking to
Yeah,
himself again.
that's what they all say. Yeah, I didn't hear any of that. I was totally out of commission.
This is the Jacob special.
I love talking to myself in scenes.
I get to talk to myself too. It's great. I have so much fun.
I rarely ever cast myself in too many things, so yeah, when it happens in other people's projects, it's even more special.
But I appear to be okay.
I've always wanted a
worry
scene
about
where
it,
I'm
Monty.
looking at myself and we're just yelling back at each other.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. When I was at Lipper, we did like one module on screen acting, but also one module, one session on screen acting, and then like the next day we would send those in to everyone would watch what we applied. And the idea was we were supposed to send in like part of a duologue. So it was person A, person B, and we're supposed to pick whichever one we want to be, and then film ourselves saying person A or person B's lines. And hold on, my battery's running low. Oh no. Okay. And then that was it really. They didn't decide to do anything with that footage. So of course I thought to myself, this is gonna look weird. I mean, we're supposed to assess our own acting, that's the only really part that really matters. But it looks very weird to just be here without without the rest of the context, just staring, pausing, waiting for the next line to come in. So what I did, of course, was I filmed myself as both characters, changed shirts from person A to person B, and
you became a Vine.
And I spliced the footage together and sent that in instead. And I remember the one moment where I had to hand myself a piece of paper in the scene. I remember the moment when people were like, I did this, and then I collected it, and everyone was freaking out. I was like, whoa, how did it do?
Turn into a Thomas Sanders Vine.
But potentially, yes. Among other examples. But Ryan George springs to mind for me, not for Vine purposes, but yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say it's Ryan George.
Yeah, it was definitely more long form. Okay. Oh, so it was a Vine where Propmaster chucked a fake cinder block at his son while he rode a scooter. Right. Okay. I see. Your systems crashed, much like Watson's scooter. Yeah. Us send that Vine. Fair enough. We'll turn it into an attack of some kind. Hey, goblins! Bagpipes! Okay.
Appear to be okay now.
Don't worry about it, Monty. We were only out for a minute or two. We need to go to the lobby.
Why?
Some friends of ours are waiting for us. I need you to go and find the others first. Tell them to go to the lobby, except for Nova. Send her here. I'll meet you there.
Why don't you go and I stay?
GM was able to hack Bonnie's systems effortlessly.
Oh, also another thing that Ryan George does, particularly to do lines where he talks to himself, he will slightly overlay. So he'll start the next line sometimes before the person appears on screen, like slightly before. So that tricks people's brains to think there's two people talking. So that's another thing that I can see here, where Monty stops talking for a second, the camera's still panning, Taylor's line begins, and then we cut to Taylor sometime through it. That's another good way of doing that trick. From editors, of course.
I don't want you by yourself with him. It's too risky.
Understood. I will send the others to the lobby.
Oh boy.
That laugh.
Such leadership. I'm so flattered to be the center of your attention.
Yeah, I'm going to turn the volume down for right now.
Oh, BB's too quiet. Oh, BB's too loud. Make up your mind, Butterman.
Well, in that context, it's more like the filters, like rip headphone users. It's more of that case.
Be a treat. Lead out.
I've destroyed one of you before. I can do it again.
Phoebe, are you okay?
Oh, I love it.
Phoebe, what was that?
I loved it
I thought you were saying
yesterday. I
Beaver.
love it now.
Phoebe, where did that come from?
I've been waiting for a villain role for a long time, man.
I can see that.
Look, everyone keeps giving me these goody douchey roles, and it's like, give me a moment.
What do you mean? We got one of your earliest roles is literally Hades. And yes, I know that in most contexts, Hades is the most honorable, but in Fallen Angel specifically, I mean, the way that the stuff that he ends
but I
up
don't
doing.
get to let loose with Hades.
I mean, you picked the voice that you did, so That
Well, it
one's on
doesn't
you.
matter. This character is more. He's out there. I like. Give me a look. Hades is okay, but he's not what I would consider like a fun role. You know.
I can see why you made him drunk in that one minigame. Then that makes sense. Then
Phoebe like sent me her lines, and she's like, "Okay, here you go,
Rude.
smiley face." And she's like, "Oh, great, you know, this is great, you know." Did the lines, moving on. Let me listen to them, and it's like, oh Jesus, that's loud. Hold on, give me a second.
I will
oh,
say.
I thought it was your reaction to the lines. It's like
Okay.
you thought, oh Jesus, that was loud.
No,
I will say
no,
the
sorry.
way it did flattered I actually because I listened to it afterwards, and I was like, man, I really went a Joker direction there, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was
Anyways,
thinking in my head, yeah, well, the
what
costume
I
was
was
the
saying
Joker
was like,
for
okay,
raising
these
that.
lines are great, 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 and then the laughs came. I'm like, oh my god, it's like 2 a.m. and I'm just like, be gone, demon.
I mean,
That's
that
why
one I
made-
definitely think is on you. It's like, well, if you decide to listen to lines at 2 a.m. where you know the person's gonna have to laugh maniacally,
I didn't
beware.
think Phoebe was gonna go that far.
I always love when you know the directors always are surprised when the voice actors actually deliver.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. Hence why I made that little skit. I'm just like, oh great, that's so great.
That's why it was like, because if you look at the character and you look and you like, because the non-virus version, I forget his actual name for some reason, Niall, right? That's his name. It's great because he spoke so casually at like his first line in this video, but the character's just freaking out. He's like slamming on the glass and everything, and I knew this bit was coming up. So it's like the only thing here that's off is like the actual line delivery from Niall, and it's weird because it's like he's acting so much more casually than I would have expected.
Yeah.
Hey, let me out of here, man.
Hey,
Meanwhile, his
man,
character's
come
like, boom, boom, boom,
come
boom,
on,
boom.
man, come on. Why you gotta be like this?
Yeah, I will say also one thing that that I'm just asking like as a you know as like a positive or negative I suppose, but since the anomalies end up taking on like the forms similar reminiscent of you know their hosts, they seem to take on their vocal cords. So how come we decide to cast different people for the
Please,
the anomaly
please
versions?
don't get rid of me, man.
I'm not saying to get rid. I'm saying why to go in that direction now. I'm not saying change it. I'm just asking, you know, what made you decide to go that direction in the first place.
I just didn't like the idea of them being voiced by the same characters. It just never really dawned on me that they would be voiced by the same actor.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, to be
I mean,
fair,
it clearly worked out in your
Niall's
favor.
To be fair, we've seen the VA of Niall's range before. I don't know
That too.
what they would have done for these in
mind.
particular lines.
That might have crossed my mind as well. And again, didn't have a voice actor for Mira yet, so I wasn't sure what that person's range would be or anything like that. I probably could have casted Emily as GM as well, but I didn't know what my options were at the time. I also liked the idea of voicing Xenial myself, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Zini.
Yeah. I feel like Emily can definitely do Emily can definitely do
My mic cut off. I said Xenial. Did I?
Oh, you definitely said Zini.
Zini.
Yeah, it was Zini.
Yeah. You know, for the sake of curiosity, Emily, do your best to just GM impression. See what that's like.
Okay, no, do
Oh,
your own
Christ.
version of GM, because I think that's what would have been more accurate to if you got that role.
Yeah, that's fair.
know
Yeah,
what
do
to say.
Bon, give a line. Give one of GM's lines.
Okay. I oppose him because he's a goddamn maniac.
It's 11:30.
Yeah, well, you better wake up.
Well, you've got the casual boredom of GM down, I suppose. You know that kind of
Alright.
works.
Much like Bon, you need your parents to start questioning where the demon is at, and you want them to get the cross.
What?
What? They already
I
knew
don't know.
I
that.
cannot be the only one
Bon.
who remembers like 5 seconds ago when Bon was like, "Be gone, demon," in reference to my lines. I cannot be the only one who remembers.
No, but
this.
because you ever like you said, much like Bond, you need to like have like your parents question that and then get the cross, implying that Bond's parents have done it before. That's why it was confusing.
No,
Like,
the parents
why you
are
blaming my parents
Bon.
for this?
Bon, you're Emily's parents.
No, I'm not. Why am
Uh.
I like how it's just why am I, as if that's just the worst punishment. Oh, why do I have to be Emily's parents?
No,
Oh.
that would imply is that implying that like I'm the parents of the voice actors? Would that make me your parent too? Because I raised you wrong.
Oh my goodness. Can I basically bring some other point to what I was saying before? My theory before Bon answers, even though Bon has answered already, we're pretending that they haven't. They may have taken appearance of the host, but they do have their own personality, and so may have their own voice as well. I mean, I suppose, but then again, a person's voice is usually is dictated by genetics partially.
Yeah.
Like the way that they carry themselves and they use that is different. Think of like Adrian and Felix, for example. You know, in the French, Spanish, and English version, all voiced by the same people, but they still sound different. But yet they still do impressions of each other that are, you know, pinpointly accurate when they need to be. Obviously. Anyway, I should now refer to Xenial as Zeni. That's that's canon now.
I said Xenial. His name is Zeni. Wow.
Yeah, but
Bon is both the
both
parents. I did use plural there, and yes, I registered that I used plural there. There were no mistakes made.
Yeah.
Except you. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, look
there
at
you
you.
go.
Look
That's
at what
the-
you
that's the
did,
parent
Bon.
quote. That's the
You cut
parent
off
quote.
you cut off the power by swearing.
Yeah.
Shame on you. Now we have to get someone to fix this.
Oh, also, by the way, I forgot to mention this before, but I like the subtle reflection before this point, before the lights went out. It's gone now, but it was there before. And since the red eyes were not there, that kind of implies that might actually be Niall coming out as a spirit and you know, like a visual spirit apparition rather than
He's
proper
also got a
reflection.
reflection, which is interesting.
I got away with it.
Skrill! He's not here.
What? Oh, but the camera showed him here.
Casual
He has to be
bruising
around
on her
here
neck.
somewhere.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention at the end of last episode,
I know
the
that.
detectives they went to look for Skrilliot on a camera, even though he shouldn't have been showing up because ghost, and that was something that was brought up. So this is why they want to search for him right now. That's another episode 3 context.
Also, the bruising is also another episode 3 content.
All right.
Keep looking. I'll check the rooms nearby.
Okay.
I can't wait to get to the worst take you could have possibly used for a line.
Hey, that's okay, because I have a story about, I think, what probably happens in this scene looking at the amount of posters. I have a story that I can't tell on stream, but I'm absolutely telling Jacob about after stream ends.
Okay.
Skrill!
Let's just say BB took a shot in the wrong way.
Skrilliot!
I see.
Skrill!
Skrilliot!
Skrill! Where is this coming from?
Your body.
You're bleeding again.
Monty! No, I'm not.
Worst take! I had such good takes!
Okay, I actually
you
really like that. I really like that because it's
God damn it.
it reminds me of the scene in Quest for Camelot, like versus the Black Knight.
Yes! See, Emily, I told you! No, it isn't? Well, what's that then?
It's not a scratch. It's not your arms come off, no, is it?
As soon as I heard it, I'm like, this has to be added. It's so good.
Okay, yeah, so I really like it for that reason. Again, like the blood. It's like a child trying to say, I didn't eat the cookies with crumbs on their face. It's the same idea.
Except in this case, it's blood.
Yeah, you got blood on your face, big disgrace, of course. Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh,
okay?
wow. Somebody better put you back into your place.
No Sonny and Tail will be hearing about this.
Luna, most likely.
No! Don't tell them! There's already enough going on as it is. Besides,
Oh, nice swing back into the back face there. And actually, you know what? Now I've realized something. Good back face technique for anyone who
Yeah, just
who was
hold
for anyone
back.
who was wondering. Good for back face is make the scene super dark. If it takes place in a dark setting, then you could just just
Yeah.
fade out almost everything, so it's practically a silhouette.
I think I'm any less capable than I am.
By the way, all
don't
these
think that-
backgrounds are custom made so that they could explore the space with new perspectives.
Yeah, and you know who else does that for the exact same reason? Rosie Closey. And yet you questioned why we compare this to the Music Freaks.
No,
They just want to
you said it was better at one point. I'm just like, do not say that.
I said it's better in some ways.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand now, but like that's where my head was at the time.
keep safe and healthy. Anomalies are deadly. You of all people would know this about them.
Look at your
I
neck.
don't care anyway, Monty.
Taylor sent me. He wants you and the others to meet him in the lobby.
Okay.
I love
I'm
how she
fine.
just has bullet holes for pupils.
Yeah, more like shattered windows, but yeah.
I'll go there now.
I apologize, but I can't have you trying to go there on your own, given your state. I
I like how he becomes more like the robot that he is in this scene as well.
will escort you there.
I guess he has the programming.
Monty, I can do it on my
I think I tried to do that, but again, tried to become more of the automaton while also, again, trying to retain the rock and roll voice and the crocodile rasp on top of it.
I am not a child.
I'm afraid I must
Well-
insist.
Why do
What do
you
you mean,
keep saying well? You said
What,
that
what,
in
is,
the last video.
what has KW told you behind the scenes about Mira?
Yeah, what has she told you that she has told me?
I more meant her voice.
Is the
It's cut out of my line take. I started giggling when I was saying that.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm not a child.
Hmm.
Laughs at saying that. Oh, you're calling yourself a child. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, technically,
Okay, moving on.
Not a kid. No, I'm the most mature person I know.
Find them once you're safe in the lobby. Let's go.
Oh no, backwards hand. Even in the dark, KW finds them.
In
Every
the
time I
dark,
hear
you are
Miracle
not
of the
safe.
Squid, I just think of a dog being called Squirrel. Squirrel, where are you? I hate my brain sometimes.
it felt like that
Oh.
recording.
Grill it! I feel like making dinner already. Hello.
Merlin, how dare you?
Squillier,
About the
please come out.
what? Would you? Is that how you call
William!
your pets over?
My pets are dead.
Skrillian, I am so cold.
So
It's like
no.
-20. Just
Okay, well,
please
okay,
go to
when
the
they were
bathroom so I
alive,
can go
then.
inside.
No, because they were guinea pigs. I ain't calling ass.
Right. Okay. This is what happens when you put the shortest character with the tallest character. To quote Bon, I think Bon said that during KW's stream.
Because Mira's so short in comparison to Monty, because Monty is the tallest character.
Yeah, she's already been lifted by another animatronic before this.
Yeah, to be fair, everyone's kind of short to these robots, at least in the actual lore.
Welcome
I
to
mean,
my
yeah.
life, Mira.
In season 1, we saw much more that, yeah, that is definitely the case. Like the hang in there.
That's a real poster, by the
Don't
way.
leave
That's
her
a thing in the
hanging.
games.
Yeah, they're all real posters from the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't imagine that Bon had commissioned people to pinpointly imitate the art of,
No.
all these different styles of FNAF on purpose. I mean, I could have been wrong, but I didn't guess that was the case.
Skrill!
Dinner time.
Come on,
Yeah,
Skrill!
I do get what you mean.
Oh, that was solid. That was cool.
And that, I guess, was the second jump scare.
Yep, that one scared KW worse.
I think that
can
was the one KW fell out of her chair for.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
the one where she fell out of her chair, and I started playing the Windows XP shutdown noise over it.
It didn't scare me, but I did think it was cool. I really liked it.
It's got the red and blue. It's got nightmare time on it. You know.
Kato,
It
you
has
felt
red,
like
that's
why.
playing
Anything with
Windows
red is
XP. I was going, oh my god, the lighting's so cool. That was such a cool transition.
Hello guys, am I late to the stream?
Oh, hey, Senpai Buns, I missed you so
Only
much.
by about an hour, 29 minutes, and 17 seconds and counting.
Yeah. Well, for reference, I guess we're about you know, between halfway and a third way through the video.
Oh, Ghosty! Yippee!
Time to eat your human food now. Human food? Very late Sens. It makes me think of Sans now.
No.
Undertale.
Sans Undertale.
Hey there, kid. How's it going? I'm Sans, the comic.
What was the caption in the bottom?
I don't recall giving you a choice.
Oh. Oh, yeah, it's the whispering. I was so lost for a second.
They were talking over it, so it's fine.
I was like, is that a little secret Nova inner thought? I was so confused.
Secrets of the Plex. And the same red and blue again.
Nightmare time!
Yep.
Nintendo Switch.
I like okay, I really like this, but also the tables, I like how all the tables are at an angle. They're clearly not flat on the ground.
I mean, I guess it depends. I think if the ground's supposed to have an incline to it, that's one thing that's very difficult to pull off, especially when every room is so dark that you can barely see like the edges, so it's hard to tell. But yeah.
Chat, relax about the shoes, okay? She can buy new ones.
Oh no, she can't. She's in the pizza Plex.
The chat's pissed because she ruined her white
allowed
shoes.
to leave, right?
Yeah, she can leave.
I was gonna say, yeah, she showed up here before, so presumably she can exit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just all upset because she ruined her white shoes.
Run, run as fast as you can. You can't outrun the demon man.
Clipped.
Good, because I don't know what that sounded like. Oh yeah, also credit here as well that you know, despite the fact that of course you need like superhuman strength to lift up those tables like that, you still when animating, of course, one has to bear in mind that, you know, those things still actually have to have their same physical weight. So yeah, the fact that that table actually, you know, flew across like at the speed that it did and crashed down with the force that it did, it still reminds people of how heavy the object in question actually is. That's what I need for something like a combat, you know. Particularly if it reminds me of like Finding Shardy's Old Friend. That was a show that was really good at that kind of thing.
You enjoying that burger, Ghosty?
Oh my
Why did you
goodness.
say it like that?
It's a callback. It's a callback to a previous review. I'm sure that Ghosty appreciates that. There was
What
one
I can
point.
think of with the burger is the dating Hal one. Which one was that? The choose your own adventure one.
Oh yeah, no, I see what you mean. Yeah, but no, this was a thing that happened to Ghosty specifically, not like a thing that happened in the videos that we reviewed. Because it was just like Ghosty was in the middle of like a mouthful of an actual burger, and BB just said join that burger, and then Ghosty started laughing and choking on the burger itself.
Oh no.
Yeah. Notice the eyes switching from red to blue. We should keep these details in mind. I mean,
Ghosty
I've
is
noticed.
turning
Yeah.
Ghosty.
Well, I mean, I mentioned the red and blue before.
Ghosty's.
It's the color of the cops. Oh my God, run!
I mean, there's only so many times I can point out. Oh yeah, look, red and blue again. Look, red and blue again. Red and blue. Oh, what's around the corner? Red and blue.
It's the Popo. Scram!
Oh no, it's a parkour segment from a video game. Keep going!
Oh wow, the eyes changed blue again.
Oh, got one of them. Yep,
Dude, he got lunges. Dude, man, what? Okay, wait, what's he even doing running at this point? He can lunge that far. Just start running on all fours, man.
I'm like 90% sure he can do that teleport thing.
Her eyes! Oh my god!
Why are they doing that?
I appreciate the eyeliner here. The blue eyeliner.
Yeah, see, you know, sometimes that is a
People
gacha
was
issue, by the
getting
way.
me.
Yeah.
Pupils. Oh my
Well, the
god.
pupils getting smaller, you know, to
This
apply
is
Oh
sharpness.
no,
That's
wait,
a
one
universal
has
thing.
a black border and the other
Yeah.
doesn't.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No, one of them has a gray border. One of them has a black, one of them has a gray.
Interesting. That probably means that they have them when they're not shrunken down. That was the default, because that was definitely not a new thing. See, this is the details that we notice, Ghost Kitty, and that we point out verbally. Jizzy can never actually say the F word in a catchphrase. You kept pausing it, so I never knew what. Okay. I mean, I watched the entire video, so I knew this didn't say anyway.
Please stop talking about your series. It gave me headaches.
And epilepsy, apparently.
Yeah, diabetic.
I feel like you probably had the epilepsy earlier.
I mean, that was just never going to work, was it? This is typical horror movie protagonist logic going on right now.
Hey, I'm surprised she didn't like fall over as they're running.
No, I mean she was at least pushed backwards this time. She has an excuse to fall down. Okay, again, my brain.
Realistic. Shut the heck up! It's not.
The crowbar fits a little bit. You know what doesn't fit? The fact that this toolbox. It not only does this toolbox look vaguely realistic, but it doesn't look even realistic to the tools themselves. It looks realistic to like if you got a Bob the Builder play tool set.
Now I'm just picturing like a now I'm just picturing like a Dora the Explorer situation where it's just like, well, we got to get out of this situation. We're about to get murdered. What do we use? Backpack? I've got a sofa, a toolbox, and a random table. What do you want to use?
I have a plastic screwdriver.
What should we use? That's right, the crowbar.
Oh no, it didn't work, and now I'm being chased by a. I'm trying to
Finished.
Oh
Hard
no! See, no swiping.
We did it. We did it. We did it. Yay! No easy mouse.
Yeah, you know what? Game developers out there, can we get like because I mean, Dora the Explorer was kind of like inspired by like early 2000s computer games anyway in its format. Can we get like a vintage style computer game reminiscent of Dora the Explorer? Obviously IP and stuff, I get that, copyright, but like framed the same way, but it is like it gradually gets to a point where there's more horror elements as you progress, but the format remains the same and the character never changes dynamic at all.
There's
Dude,
a YouTube series about that. You're describing
It's
vines right now.
We need a sacrifice to the Lord Cthulhu. What do we use?
They have an outro
A
song.
severed lamb head, a finger.
We did
Or a
it.
delicious plate of
plastic
mac and
Yeah,
cheese.
we hit the body.
Oh yeah, that's a good meme, Emily.
Anyway, I have a chocolate bar. Oh, chocolate bar, Lego brick, and a 2012 Gypsy Terrain. What should we use? We should use the 2017 remake of Waitress with Jason Mraz. That's what we should use.
What is Sense by Buns talking about? KW didn't say anything.
Since I wasn't talking to KW, KW.
Yeah, no,
just
we
for
weren't
some
mentioning
reason
you. Yeah.
interjected. No,
Yeah.
we were. KW wasn't.
Yeah, we had a whole video about you yesterday. Not yesterday, day before.
No, Bond was saying, "Oh, please stop talking about your series. It gave me a headache." To which Sinspy responds, "What's wrong with my series? Yada yada." And for some reason, KW thought that Sinspy was responding to KW.
Well, no, because Senspy put KW.
KW, what's wrong with my series?
That's why KW thought that, because Senspy Bun said KW. You know her name.
Then why is Senspy thinking that?
the layers of
Now we're all on the same page. Good job, BB.
the layers
Guys,
of confusion
lost.
are on par with an actual episode of the Sense by Buns anime.
Seriously. Like, what?
Well, Nova is dead to his own credits roll. Nova's not the main character. As long as Mira's still kicking, I think we're fine.
Well, in that case.
Unless it's like a Game of Thrones episode.
Yeah, let's say get rid of Mira. Let's see.
Guys,
Yeah.
stop spoiling season 3.
Mira's publicly beheaded.
Bon, have you started thinking about what's
She's
going to happen in
bad
season
mistake.
3 yet?
Yes, I have the entire series written.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You could have lowered that a little bit. I like the pulsing of like the chest and all that. I just think it's blown up a little bit too
It's
much.
dramatic, yeah.
Yeah, potentially.
Can we just
Oh,
talk about how
also-
that's a terrible frame to freeze on?
Oh, this one here.
Sure, yeah, I guess the mouth does kind of make it look a little stupid.
Ah, looking very corporeal there, my friend.
Skrilliot's having a panic attack. These two are so good for each other.
Man, it's like
What?
that one. It's like that one meme that happened.
Why is that the standard? Why is that the like, hold on, we're gonna address this. Why is that the
No, because these are the only two characters who have panic attacks.
Wait, since I was talking to Bon, but thought
Why
that
did
Bon
you
was
say
KW. We were both right. Hey!
Oh my god.
Explain to me the logistics here. You didn't say comment. I spoke this on the stream. You
Yeah, KW's not here, man.
And it says Bon, but for some reason you thought it was the person in the live chat who said it, even though you heard it auditory. Explain to me the logic.
I assume that they thought that KW was in the stream, but I have to ask how you missed that our names are in our thing.
There's no K.
Because I could understand, like, oh, Bon is KW, right? I could understand mixing the voices or something, but it clearly says Bon.
Guys, I can't breathe.
I don't know. Good, another Gacha tuber that
talking
notes
about
their
baby
series on
butter.
streams of featuring other people. Do. Another one pimps the show. Do.
I'm getting
Another one pimps the
flashbacks.
show.
No, KW,
it's-
we don't
No.
need you here as well. You'll just confuse
It's like
everyone.
the live stream. No,
May
you know
I
what?
something?
Automatically it's like, no.
Well, we're allowed, like, people to come in temporarily. I'm gonna bring in the real KW just to clear out any lingering confusions.
What are you talking
Okay,
about?
guys,
I'm the
do we
real
need-
KW.
Do we need a lesson? So you see
Whoa,
how there are
Hold on, wait,
name tags?
okay, everything.
Read
Things have
them.
gotten so much more worse. Wait, 144p?
Yeah, it says I am watching. Remember, YouTube will play different videos for different speeds for different people. Sense by Buns'
change
internet
it.
connection is already so abysmal that they're not able to
that's
stay on
right.
stream for 2 Yeah, that's an actual
my
YouTube
God.
feature.
Why is
Which is
your
also
internet
why,
that
because Bon asked
bad?
me if I can. Bon asked me
Says
before
you,
if I could
BB.
tell whether or not people the restream would downplay the quality of something, and usually the answer is no, I can't, because that's usually done on the YouTube end as well as
Okay,
Also,
I'll have you know, Bon, my internet is not that bad. Okay, I can stream.
Mhm,
I can stream a 1080p game flawlessly,
mhm,
assuming I remember to click the right buttons and know what unplugs a modem.
mhm.
cats, namely.
Yeah.
Okay, KW's here.
Oh. So, I wasn't planning to do this or anything like that until Says Bunny says my name.
KW is planted.
I will be honest right here and now. Says Bunny, please stop with your content. Make better content.
Wait, no, this is awful. No, this is terrible. Don't follow this advice.
What? What?
Well, don't
Those
follow
things-
this advice at all. Get rid of KW. Shut her down. Shut her down.
Okay, I think what
Yeah.
KW meant is
Send me
they
to
meant
the
is
back
stop
room.
producing the stop producing the content the same way that they've been doing currently, not stop
I'm
making
sorry,
content
what?
altogether.
Lore, what characters? All they're doing is just nothing. There's no story. There is no plot. There are no good characters.
Story.
And also, you already how sad that people don't like your content and stuff like that. Well, there's probably a good reason why. I wonder why. Like, I tried to watch Jacob's live stream of
Oh no.
reacting to your content. I just couldn't. I couldn't. It's just, it hurt my ears. It gave me so much headache. I almost thought I had
God.
epilepsy and stuff like that. Like, what? It's not a good anime. I'm sorry. I'm
You are
sorry.
not.
What is happening?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think this is big. Yeah, KW was not able to join the Sense by Buns review stream from a couple of days ago, and I think that was probably a residual from that video. And yeah, but essentially, yeah, like we were saying before, yeah, the way that's being produced right now is not helpful for, you know, the sake of gaining an audience or for telling a good story, and so there needs to be like a reformatting in order to make it better. And yeah, also add some other stuff that's going on in the story, maybe a reason for why Sense by Buns is doing what she does, apart from, you know, being bored, or some interaction with Sense by Buns herself, who's the main character of the story, and yet hasn't really done much apart from just spy. I mean, if spy main characters do more than just spy, I will say that much. I know a spy is a spy and all that, but still.
Spy, it is okay to milk your series. You're on a Butter Bunch stream. We have
You're not
all
on a Butter
milked
Bunch
our
stream.
content.
What?
Sorry, no, you're on a Jacob Butter stream. Everyone in the stream it's okay. They're both Jacob channels.
We actually do have a bingo for this, actually, to be fair. You know, Bon has a bingo for this, at least, of everyone talking about their own series. Usually we do so in reference to what we're watching at the moment. That's the difference, but yeah. Rather than coming in randomly and being like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to clear stuff up from like my show. No, you're in the middle of talking about something else
Like
entirely.
the memes just do not make sense. I'm sorry. Those are like the most annoying memes I've ever heard trying to just watch a few of like the clips and stuff like that on Jacob's Warrior live stream. It's just, it's
Man,
so
there goes
annoying.
our new viewer.
Seriously.
I'm sorry. Stop with the content that you're making. Make better content. Like, do better. Do better.
Stop, please.
Again, KW means stop making the content the way that you are currently in favor of making something different, or making something the same thing but differently. Yeah.
You want to make a story? If you want to make a plot, you want to make good characters? Okay, great. Start script writing.
Okay.
And that will, yeah.
Yeah, okay, ponies.
Whoa.
Well, okay, that's like the KW learned from ponies. That was advice that KW took after ponies.
Exactly. Ponies is the worst show ever. Yeah, Jacob likes it.
It's
That's
not
my
that
fault.
bad.
It's not my fault that he likes it.
What did you just say?
Jacob likes the show.
Look,
Apparently,
we've
Phoebe
the
does
worst on
too.
this channel. That's not the worst thing we've seen.
Yeah, like Pony's episodes had a beginning, middle, and end. They had characters that were on screen for more than a few seconds. It had a clear main character, and it had an overarching narrative, and jokes within them, and some things that made it even, you know, that were funny unintentionally. And so it became the ultimate fun bad. But it's still like it had some of that stuff to work with. The Sensei Buns anime at the moment currently doesn't. That's the difference. That's why Pony works.
Yeah, but we've seen worse than Sense by Buns by a mile.
Yes, that is also true. Some people have tried to do long form content in the past, and they've been even less successful than Sense by Buns. I don't tend to compare, over quality of shows too much, apart from when I'm talking about specific things. Like I'll say, like I say in this video, for example, that the action sequence reminded me of the tight combat in Finding Shardy's Old Friends. That was a specific thing that Finding Shardy's Old Friend did particularly well that I remembered and I brought up here. But as for overall shows, unless Josh asks me sometimes, because that does tend to happen, you know, Josh will ask me something like, oh yeah, is this better than, you know, episode something of this same series, or is this better than XYZ series by this person that you reviewed previously, and then I'll say the answer. But usually I just let the things exist by themselves. So but I guess for the record, the Sense by Buns anime or all the memes or whatever, not the worst thing we've seen by far. It's
Man, the universe
Things like that.
deleted KW from this conversation.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. I guess the
I do. Look at the recent message.
Sens is taking it like a champ. That's one thing I'll give to him. Even stop.
No, not that. I mean public chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, got disconnected. But that's all I have to say. Yeah, that's fair. And then here we go. In the future, I reveal the background. I mean, again, you want to reveal that stuff probably early on if you want to establish your character's main motivations in the first episode, because that's what's going to keep people invested. But I guess doing it's better late than never, I suppose, but better on time than late and never. So, okay. Back to the video, I think.
Well.
That was interesting.
Well,
yeah, remember Series of the Plex, guys?
I do. Good show. Good show.
Is this even real?
I hope so.
You've got markings. Are you okay?
Because Squid hasn't noticed yet that he's able to like physically interact with somebody, but I guess he's, in the heat of the moment, he probably hasn't clocked onto that just yet.
Okay.
I've never been better. I'm whole. I'm connected.
Yeah, whole and connected. I wonder what that's got a dull meaning of any kind. Skrill issue, says Bon in the private
Yeah.
chat.
I love it.
That's an Emily special.
Skrill
Yeah,
is my
I did
favorite.
that. I don't know how I came up with that. I just remember saying
Emily
Skrill
just said
issue
that
one day.
during one of the previous Secrets of the Plex reviews. I think when like Skrill was getting like attacked by Niall.
Probably.
Oh, that makes sense.
Then
Man.
Emily's like, "Oh, Skrill issue for real." I'm just like, I cannot believe you just said that.
Man, you can't make yourself a nice steak on that skillet. Sounds like a Skrill issue to me.
That's a dad joke there.
Yeah. Alive.
But how? The others here didn't mention this. They sent me down here to find you.
They don't know. This all happened recently, and quickly, I might add.
Where were the captions during that bit?
It's only for the anomalies.
Oh,
Oh,
there they are.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
here's
his
the
stomach
issue
is
with the breathing.
pulsing this time. Now his stomach is
Yeah.
like...
This was glitching for some reason. It's like, oh, why are you doing that?
And now
Actually,
introducing-
I don't-
introducing the world's strongest diaphragm.
I actually don't hate that in this instance. Because having the thing like float up and stuff, and having like the chest, it's almost it gives me very like chest burster vibes, which is kind of cool actually.
Chest compressions, chest compressions, chest compressions. Anyway.
Whoa, that's a great reference.
In and out. Start pattern. Your brain will catch on.
British Bon is
it's
my
not
sleep
working.
paralysis demon.
Keep trying. You had it.
I'm eating a hamburger for the 2 corn dogs.
Man, this is in the races for the best panic attack scene.
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys remember that meme whenever Puss in Boots 2 came out?
No, I don't
Everyone was
remember
like,
the
"Oh,
part
does it
panic
have a?
attacks
It's
in.
the best movie ever. It has a panic attack." And then everyone was like, "Oh, every movie needs a panic attack scene now."
And then Inside Out 2 came out.
Yeah,
For
you-
once,
yeah, you
Pixar's
knew it.
playing catch up with DreamWorks, not the other way around.
What they started doing is they started dissing other series because their panic attacks weren't as good as the one from the Puss in Boots 2 movie.
Or if they didn't
Wow,
have
how-
one at all, it would be very like ironic, like, "Oh, not enough panic attacks, needs a panic attack."
I see.
Or best panic attack, and it doesn't even have one.
Right.
You look like me now. Answers. Now.
Okay, maybe, yeah, best panic attack scene, but maybe not best panic attack recovery, because that was very quick. It's like, all right, I'm calm now. Answers now. might have taken like a little bit. I mean, this is another thing as well with but I said in the previous episode that after the Taylor torture scene, I tried to make it evident that he was still he still would be like not doing too well after what he just experienced, even though he was standing perfectly fine in the actual shots. But yeah, the idea was that my voice, I'd be like I'd be a little bit tired and at least like a bit more pained, but still still trying to move forward, that kind of thing. But yeah, in this case, because a lot of the time with voice lines, unless they're being directed specifically to account for that, voice actors will just default back to what they've had previously, unless there's like an indicator on every single line, which isn't a scriptwriter's fault. It's just what happens.
Since 5 months.
We tend to have a rule apart from temporary appearances like KW just now. I usually limit the guest on these streams to 2 people plus the creator if they happen to be around and aware of my existence, and Bon is both in this case. And also, remember the last 2 times you tried to join my stream and you've disconnected after a few seconds and then never to return again? I think you have to probably. I just trying to like get a better internet connection first before trying to come into restream again, because it will take it out of your system.
I didn't know they made internet that bad still. I thought that was phased out a while back.
You're saying oh yeah, Ghost Key before said that she didn't have an idea of how to add spies in any stories. Maybe add them in Sapphire Wings rewrite. Maybe. For any of the pop series that Ghost Kid is working on right now, actually a spy thing would probably work pretty well as for like a one-off episode or something. They have to go undercover in some way, for whatever reason.
GK really likes Xenial. I don't know why. I think she says it's the voice and maybe the design, but this design as you'll notice is a bit different from your typical Gacha Club design because it's got black. The whites of his eyes are black, and
his skin looks like a drywall.
Sure, yeah.
GL2.
Yeah, this is a GL2 character. This is one of the first ones. Even in the previous episode where I had the Clips character, which was also a GL2 character, I'm just like slowly adding them in, but I'm not going to be changing the characters we've already been introduced to because, the inconsistency would bother me a lot.
Yeah, again, this is a thing that again, to bring up my own shows in reference to what someone has just said. For the Mutant Girl, I had this dilemma twice now. From Gacha Life 1 to Gacha Club, I had to debate, okay, should I, start using the new app, or should I continue to, the show was already established in the way that it is, should I choose it this way? And ultimately, I decided to, move it on to Gacha Club because, partly because it had more things. It removed some of the stuff that I was used to using. But I eventually, I eventually learned to live with that. But what it offered in return instead was far better than I could have hoped for, particularly in terms of character positioning. I'll say that's the one that with the really won Gacha Club over for me. It wasn't quite the same, but the characters are recognizable, and the stuff that had to change, like random bits of outfits or something, they are bothersome to me, but they're not the end of the world. And the same thing afterwards. Well, now with Gacha Life 2, we're phasing that into more stuff in the next Mutant Girl episode that hasn't been filmed already, of course. And of course the remake, where that was the last actual release of any Mutant Girl content. The latest remake was entirely Gacha Life 2, and I think that's turned out for the better. Again, partly due to character positions. Weirdly enough, it comes down to both those things. So I get that completely, and to Gacha Life 2's credit, apart from a difference in like how in brightness and saturation, the characters themselves, you're able to recreate them much more easily than you would any of the other versions. So if anyone's struggling with thinking like, oh yeah, I need to like evolve this, should I attempt that, then there's your answer.
Well, yeah, it was also kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because as well as just wanting to add Gacha Life 2 into Secrets of the Plex to begin with very slowly, I also wanted to basically like learn how to use it and practice. Yeah. So I've seen some Gacha Life 2 animations, and man, are they crazy good? And I just cannot believe how many screenshots those things must have taken. Because like I tween, right? I don't do stop motion.
Yeah.
So yeah, these guys just like have really utilized the custom poses, and they just make these crazy animations. And I'm just like, baby, I just do not know how to even start. So I started very small. I just started with head animation. So I was focusing more on the eyes. The eyes are very expressive because they're able to like narrow and widen properly without the actual inner iris and pupil like also scaling as well. So it doesn't look funky.
I found this in the people above by accident, mind you, because I thought I couldn't find the what used to be the preset eyes that would be like characters like rolling their eyes in the anime pose, like the that kind of thing. So I thought, okay, well I'm gonna have to recreate that. So yeah, through many screenshots, stop motion person that I am, I then created a character for the characters where I actually did roll their eyes the proper way this time. Only to immediately discover where the presets were afterwards, and realize I wasted my time. But I at least know how to do it now, so that's something.
Yeah.
And yeah,
in the Sense5Un's profile picture has the eye roll that you're talking about, I think.
Yeah, in the yes, that's the very one. Yes, that's bottom right corner. If anyone is interested, that's the one. That's the preset one. And yeah, although it did actually, silver lining when it came time to make the Mutant Girl episode 6 remake. I was able to really have the character's eyes always follow along with whoever they were talking to. Like when Morwenna has to jump up and down, I had Sebastian's eyes follow along, and that's another advantage there.
I tried the like stop motion sort of animating for Mutant Girl episode 6. It wasn't very good, and it was mostly just like the arms and stuff. But I tried sort of getting that animated kind of look with way too many screenshots.
I mean, yeah, that's. I've always said before, can you have too many screenshots? I'm finding with the next scene that I'm working on currently that yes, you can, but that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, I tried it too. It's just not my thing. I've fallen out of touch.
Hello, my name is Xenial. Well, I'm also called A10 or X3N1A7, but you're free to call me what you want.
What are you?
Oh, the shadow. Love that.
I'm sure you've been acquainted with your friends in the
We're very close to actually bumping the lamp now.
Same species, but different.
And Xenial doesn't have a shadow.
So, if you're not,
I mean, yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah.
Why did you look just like him? And why do you look exactly like me now?
It's an anomaly thing. We take the appearance of our host.
God, I'm just thinking it's a wolf thing now. God, Twilight has poisoned me.
What the wolf thing?
The easiest cop out in all of fiction. It's a
You
different
imprinted on my daughter? She's a baby!
And you named after the Loch Ness Monster, which I'm more mad about than the other thing, apparently.
I told you one time, Jacob, and already you think you have some neurotic wolfy claim on her? She's mine!
I will say that scientist who did the alpha and the alpha wolf study in the 70s and then had to debunk it must have just really regret like their entire life path, because what it led to was like an irreparable damage on like the genre of anything wolf related in fiction.
You're Niall's parasitic anomaly, aren't you?
I mean, you did just say it's an anomaly thing, came into the anomaly, looking like Niall, so yeah, contextually speaking, yes.
Yeah, there was also GM too, right? So.
I forget if Squiddy's seen GM yet.
Yes, he has.
Okay. No, not Twilight.
In the first season. He hasn't seen her since then.
Okay.
Everyone thinks she is non-existent right now, except for Taylor.
Of course, yeah. Everyone trusted Taylor to do the job.
Yeah, that was their first mistake.
Yeah. Oh god, that's creepy. What thing is creepy? The concept of the anomalies themselves, or something else related? Wolfie
The Twilight
Wolfie
Strip?
claimed. Anyway,
Senpai Buns keeps talking about their series.
yeah,
Senpai Buns.
we just said before it's got to be like, can we like, if you're gonna mention your series, can it be related to what we're talking about in the video, like somehow, at least.
That thing who was tormenting him while we were alive. You made him sick. You gave him those markings.
Yes and no.
Squilliot's delivering these lines like a teacher scolding a bad student.
Yeah. I have nothing to say on this.
Okay, what was that? It was like, hang on a second, wait a minute. Just gotta stretch my arm.
It's
There we go.
interesting, isn't it? Everyone forgets he used to go around a different way.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you start. Oh, so you mean that's like that was his motion to teleport? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go web.
Yeah,
So now he's
doing
gonna
things
notice that he's corporeal. Okay.
He's so used to doing things like he had a VR headset, just pushing his finger forward for a little like for a little teleport option.
Yeah. The nerve gear disables your motor functions. Oh, the concept of anomalies is creepy. Okay.
I was never responsible for any of that. It was denial who was manipulating it.
But nice of Xenial to slow down now for Skrillex. Just as like, oh wait a minute, I probably shouldn't zoom across the Plex like this.
There are two of you? So if you're presumably the blue anomaly,
That
would
one
that
was
make
funny.
denial the red anomaly?
Correct.
I guess this makes
Whoa, red and blue again. Look how see how they change. You happy, Ghost
So,
Kitty? I mentioned it. I brought it up.
Interestingly, these characters are walking the same path that Nova did when looking for Skrill. You'll see the poster that she saw right behind them right now. And they'll walk through the same scenes that Nova did before, because this is the path they took from where Skrilliot started and where Skrilliot ends when Nova finds him.
That's some that's some good mapping out of the actual Plex, and a good reason to reuse backgrounds that you probably took a lot of time to customize.
No.
A real Toriyama idea to do, actually. Make sure that you have an excuse to cut corners, but it also makes the narrative sense at the same time.
it doesn't. If you take the form of your host, that would imply that I'm your host. Why are you suddenly here? Are you here to terrorize me too?
I was waiting for those sorts of questions.
I mean, this is your first conversation, but okay.
Let me make
Okay, I mean, the fact that he tried it again, I mean, I guess he's still being like, okay, fine.
No,
please, please, please.
That's not what he was doing. He was noticing the fact that he has a shadow now.
Oh, okay.
Bro got scared by his own shadow.
I'm not.
Yeah, I can see why. I've seen Peter Pan. Those guys are jerks sometimes.
Here to hurt you or your friends. I'm trying to...
Okay, that was an interesting way of turning around. Actually, instead of like rotating that way, just rotate like.
Yeah.
Secrets of the Plexus. Sorry, go on.
I'm not rosy closey good as with that turning method.
Rosy closey.
I was gonna say Secrets of the Plex is one of the few gacha shows that I've seen that really like looks into the different ways that characters move. Whether it's a teleportation of people who would have the ability to do so and therefore would, similarly to how in Fallen Angels, when angels will be like in the angelic realm, we try to make them fly unless Aiden forgets or something.
Yeah, Aiden forgets often.
Yeah. So but regardless of that, but yeah, and then other examples, like back in the day, there was a video called A Dangerously Cute Wolf, which I was going to do a script review on back in the day, and then I never actually never recorded that. One of the things that I mentioned specifically was that the main character had a very, very particular way of moving around, mainly just doing somersaults all over the place. And that was one of the things like, oh yeah, this is like, I was not expecting this at all. So yeah, it's nice when that happens. I think that people always forget to think about in animation in general, because now most days there's a lot of animated films, characters will always move the same way, especially if they're looking for a specific audience, and they're like, oh wait a minute, there's some variation here.
I am a friend, not an enemy.
Also, KW does not want to.
Now I know you're lying.
Taylor really cares about pronouns. KW really cares about mythology and species origin.
No, KW is just is getting annoyed by Sense by Buns' questions.
I mean, I will say anyone who jumps into Secrets of the Plex without watching everything that came before it is going to have some questions. So this was bound to happen.
That's not why I'm getting upset with Sense by Buns. She's asking the right questions. If this is the first episode she's seen, or he, I don't know their pronouns. Sorry.
Yeah, well, yeah, me neither. I'm just using they as a default. I never actually asked the question. The second question I made during KW's stream, Squid figuring he's alive reminds me of when Ariel from the Mo first turned human, and had to figure things out. The difference is that Ariel had a bit of warning and actively sought that out.
Yeah, no, Skrillia was just minding his own business. It got taken from him. Xenial's just like, yo, what's up, man? Mind if I save your life?
I want to be made of flesh and blood.
Oh my God,
I want to see my shadow.
Oh my God. Walking around on those.
What do we call them? Legs.
What is this blue thing upon my face? Is it cancer or is it the answer?
The answer to what? I don't know. All I can guess.
I'm gonna bang myself along the wall.
Okay.
No. Sense by Buns, don't feel bad. No, KW, get off of them. It's fine. This is their first episode. It's fine. Anomalies are basically kind of like viruses, but in people, pretty much. They take the form of whoever they are pretty much infecting. Hence why Xenial looks like Skrilliet. And Skrilliet's got that marking on his face, because
and in a previous scene, Niall coughed on Skrilliet by accident, and this is the result.
I'm
kidding.
Dude, we
Get out
gotta
of my head.
guys, we gotta put KW on a leash.
KW is
they called a timeout.
KW is
Isn't
processing
this
a lot.
your job? You're a mod. You're complaining about us to do something.
Stop! You just heard me scream.
That's probably not going to help. Slamming yourself against one wall, then to immediately be slammed against another one. I would have personally had him hover in the middle, maybe, but
Yeah, well, Xenial's trying to keep him in one spot.
fair. Okay.
Now that we're a little bit more controlled.
Emily said this in the previous stream, and there was somebody talking over it, because Emily said, oh, that's where the blood came from. And I'm like, oh, yes, that's right. Good catch. Because Emily said that in the last stream, and I didn't address it. So, remember when Nova was walking through blood and saw blood on the wall and stuff? That's what it's from.
Oh, okay. I see.
It's connecting previous scenes. KW, take a nap! KW needs to be put in a timeout corner.
Chill pill. Such aggressive headbanging. Almost love the new rock song. Yeah, exactly.
Just the new rock song. It's from The Rock.
I'm surprised that The Rock hasn't released a rock album, to my knowledge. Maybe he has, I don't know.
It's about drive, it's about power.
Let go of me.
Listen to me. I'm not going to hurt you. GM
More than
is
I've
not
currently.
going to hurt you. We're here to help you.
No.
We're here to
Don't
help
get
Niall.
confused. Xenial is not hurting him right now. Xenial
Okay.
just has, is kind of got a hold on him right now.
Well,
When-
no,
when-
I meant more so
I
like,
feel
like,
like
like flinging somebody across, back into a wall.
Yeah, I was
That's-
gonna say, I
that-
think
that
that wall
counts as
might have
personal.
stung a little.
Yeah, that's what I said, like, more than I've done
Xenial-
currently. I'm not here to
Xenial
hurt
got
you anymore.
tired. Xenial got tired of Skrilliot being paranoid.
I mean,
so
you can
throwing
say
him
whatever
against
reason,
the
but we're
wall,
talking
I'm
about
sure
what
will
happens.
solve that
Yeah.
problem.
We're talking about what happened, not why it happened.
What is it? Is it one of the many powers that anomalies have? Well, yeah, that power is an anomaly thing, but they can do other
It's
things.
an anomaly
as well.
thing.
Yeah,
It's a wolf thing.
Power is an anomaly thing. Yeah.
It's a wolf thing. So yeah, all
I
anomalies.
can't get
Fire!
printed on my doorstep
She
out of
tried
my
to
head
kill
now.
us. She tried to.
She's a baby.
The worst Twilight thing to have in your head out of context. In
I've never
context, it doesn't
seen
work either,
Twilight.
but you know.
Seriously,
Well,
it's terrible.
I've never seen Twilight either, but I know the stuff.
Tried to kill Mira.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus now, so I could watch it if I wanted to. The question is, do I want to?
She's changed. This is her redemption. This is our redemption.
Let go of me.
I will let you go, but you must be calm. You must be willing to listen.
Of course, I will do so. Psych! Just
Not
like
he
runs
has
away
a
instantly.
choice. It's not like he has a choice.
Well, yeah, he was never offered a choice. It's not that I remember anyway.
No.
Draining me of my essence or something?
No, Skrilliot, that headache isn't from me. It's from you banging your head against the wall.
Okay, you did part of
I
that.
shouldn't be.
Yeah. It depends on like which area of the head the ache is in currently. If it's in the back of the head, that's definitely Xenial. If it's in the front of the head, yeah, that's Skrilliot.
You can see there's a casual bit of blood trickling down the front of Skrilliot's head right now. So.
And that's where the blood came from.
Yep.
I'm dead.
You were dead.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Listen to me. Gian and I know how.
What do you mean, what's that supposed to mean? You were a ghost that could teleport places. What do you think you were?
Yeah, I mean, you don't remember what a shadow is. What do you
No, implying that him being alive is news to him.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
you were dead. He knew he was dead, but he didn't know that he is not dead anymore.
I would, yeah. I guess he hasn't processed the hug from Nova from earlier, but okay.
Still not earlier. In the past.
Explain how, but you must be willing to listen.
And what if you're just tricking us? Just waiting for us to trust you, so we'll do whatever you want.
If you don't listen to us, then I will make you do whatever he wants. He doesn't care about keeping
Good.
his house
I need
alive.
more lines.
He will kill Miranda.
Implying if these two get ignored, then then you're the only one that you'll get their screen time. That's your ultimate goal. That's A11's ultimate goal is screen time.
Yeah.
No, that's BB's ultimate goal. BB just wants more excuse to let loose.
Fair, yeah.
You have to trust me, Skrilliot. We don't have much time. Someone's coming.
Oh wow, the good thing that Quadsy's not here. Otherwise, that clicking would have triggered some memories. Also, people can't tell because it's probably hard to make out on YouTube right now. But we do have a shadow that just appeared at the door at the moment. Well, not a shadow, a silhouette rather. And yes, I will acknowledge again, blue to red. There, I said the thing.
So that's connecting the previous scene with this one. So now that then the whole chase scene happened.
So,
there you go.
Okay, yeah.
Parasite, as you described it, that's the thing that revived you?
Yes, that would be correct.
And it won't hurt us, will it?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, it just said, but you didn't trust it a second ago before this scene happened.
And did
now
it
it's
just casually chase you and try and attack you with a crowbar? So,
yeah. Let me do my job for me now.
By now. He says that he knows how to help Niall, which reminds me we should get going.
And so is Vin. OMG, blue to red.
Okay. Tell her to go to parts and service. Taylor wants her there.
But
it's not a discussion, I'm afraid. She must go, and she must go now. I'll tell.
This whole episode is just getting people to parts and services, which Taylor wanted from last episode. It's just a case of like everyone getting a move on. Taylor is basically Vin could probably rate this a lot. Taylor's basically the DM right now, trying to get the party to do the proper part of the campaign, and they're all just on their side quests.
Short, and everyone grows more impatient by the minute.
I'm sorry, no.
I bet he does.
Boy, is he.
Service. He's saying that we have no more time to talk. Given Niall's state, you can see that things are urgent right now. I promise we'll have proper time soon, but for now, I have to go.
What? But I don't
Yeah,
know
the chat really loves
Follow the
seeing
signs.
Blair at
There are tons
Juliet.
around. Look for the sign with the wrench and the gear on it. I know. If you can't find the sign, just call for help.
I don't understand. What help will come to me?
Here we go.
Help will be available at Hogwarts to those who ask for it.
Help!
For real. Here comes your favorite character.
Yay! Also, was that the third jump scare?
Yep. They didn't
Right,
get
got
scared
them
by
all.
that one.
Exciting! Wait,
Well, they
Sunny,
did though.
what's your
I mean, it is Sonic. How can you know? That's
name? What are you doing down here? This is no place to wander.
I'm wondering if is there enough light in here for Sunny? I mean, not complaining, of course, but I'm surprised.
It's dangerous. There are so many ways to get scraped and pricked. Oh, the list goes on. Follow me, new friend. I'll take you to the superstar daycare. It's the safest place in the pizza Plex.
I would wonder if it would have been funny if it was like there's so many places to get like scraped and impaled and mutilated and stabbed and blown up. Just like a whole robotic list. It's like, okay, fine, we get it. Bang. All right.
Sunny's cute.
Yeah,
That's
again.
interesting.
He's designed to be a robot meant for toddlers, so he probably wouldn't say that to toddlers. It's supposed to be very, very childlike. You know, there's so many ways to get scraped and pricked. The list goes on.
Wait, he has a built-in profanity filter.
Oh no!
People,
Bad
Oh,
words.
fiddlesticks!
It's like have you seen SAO Abridged season 2?
I have
Or,
not.
well, I say season 2, past episode 12. Really, they haven't really done several seasons. Okay, because one of the jokes is that they've made the Alfheim arc into a kids game, and so there's a profanity filter, so everything that like the characters will say, it gets filtered automatically. They just have to deal with it.
It's giving The Good Place.
But I think so. Yeah.
Digital Circus.
Okay, Sunny.
Oh yeah.
Sunny himself gives Fim.
I don't know who that is.
It's not a who, it's a what.
You're just saying like feminine energy. Is that what?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
I thought you said, like,
so much fun!
So Sunny is gonna come out as daughter.
Oh, Sunny, I'm actually kind of lost. I'm trying to find my way to parts and service, but I don't really know the way.
Sunny turns
Do you
on.
know the way?
Do you know
I
the
will
way,
show you
Nova?
the way to parts and service.
No, please. I'm not going back to 2018.
You know the way, Nova?
No.
Just follow the sound of my angelic voice.
I can't do it.
No. Video makes the clicking noise.
No, God. Please. I can't go back. I can't do this.
I gotta tell you, if there's any meme I would bring back, it's probably that one. That's still so good.
There's so much context behind why it exists. It's like it was one image in one video, and then people made it into a VR chat. Then they decided, hey, let's take this one like Ugandan film that from 2010, and we'll make that into a thing. There was so much that happened, then everyone copied that. Like the way that it evolved is fascinating. And then Devil Artemis arrived and then kept it alive in, mechanized form. Mecha Elay is a thing now.
No problem. Don't worry. Let Sunny be your personal guide. I can even tell you 100 fast facts while we go.
It's kind of important that I meet him as soon as possible, so can we get there as quickly as we can?
I like to imagine Sunny's gonna see a
Sure,
virus.
I'll go through only 25 fun facts then.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Sunny's gonna see.
Not
Sunny's
them
gonna.
powers.
Sunny's gonna see a virus.
Power strike again.
Well, now I know what's gonna happen when I press play. Carry on, BB, your sentence.
Sunny's gonna see a virus and immediately start listing off just all the random dangers. Oh, but you could get punched and you could fall and you could get possessed and the list goes on.
I already made
Oh
that
no,
joke.
friend. Your body doesn't look quite right. Come with me to the daycare. We'll get you fixed up right away.
Your corporeal form could disappear and the list goes on.
You have cancer.
Oh no, you have 2 days left to live.
And I meant to tell you 2 days ago.
Goodbye for 5 minutes from now.
It's just a letter that you receive, and it's like, and the post held it for 2 days. Okay, I'm gonna play that again because we're talking over the payoff of that.
Let Sunny be your personal guide. I can even tell you 100 fast facts while we go.
It's kind of important that I meet him as soon as possible, so can we get there as quickly as we can?
Sure thing. Let's stick to a dozen fast facts instead.
Okay, fair enough. I was gonna be like, I swear if he actually says 25, but yeah, all right, fair. Okay.
Follow me.
That's the
Wait, no, give the fast fact. Wait. Let me hear the fast facts as you're going.
Number 10. Bears are extinct.
BB, you probably already know all the
Number
fast facts
one.
anyway.
I know the bears are extinct one, I'll tell you that much. That's a weird part of lore.
Number 5. Mega Pizza Plex pizza is the best pizza.
Not biased
You
at
and
all.
me.
Number 15. In
Burger King foot lettuce.
1985, 5 kids were murdered in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place.
And Nova's like, wow, you don't say. No
Number
way.
5, Freddy Fazbear's blood lettuce.
Number 16.
That's where the blood came from. The lettuce.
My cabbages. It's always great to sneak in an Avatar reference.
That one got me off guard. That's so good.
For Christ's sake.
Sorry, y'all. I like to catch people off guard with Avatar.
Number
Makes sense.
16. Mandatory Avatar reference.
There's only meant to be a dozen of these, but okay.
Emily has been taught many things through British education. What a dozen is not one of them.
Oh dear.
Gold star. Have a
That could have hit you in the eye.
Sounds good at what he does.
Sonny's attack is just ninja stars. An actual form of
No,
stars.
just regular stickers.
Nova, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Sorry about Sonny. His role in this place was to care for toddlers.
I figured as much. He's changed.
Oh, Ghost Kitty wants a golden star.
He's
For real, where's my golden star
To help.
sticker?
I promise.
Can I have a
Everyone's
golden star
demanding one now.
sticker?
Wow.
Sure thing, Mira. You neglected to stay in the daycare for all of 2 days. You don't deserve a gold star.
Yeah. Fun.
In my
YouTube fact, you
defense,
used to be able to rate videos with different stars.
in my defense, I was dropped from an amount of height.
When you were trying to escape, we stopped you.
Yeah,
That
were
doesn't mean you should try and drop me on my head.
Were you
That
taking...
wasn't me. That was Moon. That wasn't me.
Emily, were you
Same
taking...
thing.
Does Sunny have memory of what Moon does and vice versa?
It's unclear.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
unclear.
All right then.
Yeah, they don't really...
I'm
We
gonna
know
say yes.
they
because
know.
Sun is
Okay,
afraid of
we
Moon.
know that they at least know of each other, but as to what the memory goes for, unclear.
So that's less vague than Launch from Dragon Ball. In fairness.
As before, our friend Mira had one of these herself. We separated it from her, and now she's back to her old self.
Is she?
I love
We
that
know how
Taylor's
to
just
do this.
isn't commenting on the blood on the shoes.
I mean,
Totally
when everyone else has already commented on the ruined shoes, Taylor has other stuff on his mind at least.
Well,
Oh my god,
I don't
Bond,
think
Emily, he
Taylor
said the
can
thing.
read the
He
live
said the
chat.
thing. Ruined.
Oh,
BB touch
What
grass.
show do you have?
Artless of you.
I can't, I'm stuck in the pizza Plex.
We have a plan. We have to assemble as a group to put it into action. We can't leave Niall here by himself. We
Backlight
can't
on my
speak
pop
about
filter.
it here because we run the risk of him overhearing. We need someone in
Probably should have picked a different location to meet then.
here to watch him.
You want me
Well,
to do
Taylor
that?
can't leave
What if he breaks out?
parts in service because he has to keep Niall on watch.
Oh, just set someone there on guard. But make sure they're not possessed first, of course.
What do I do?
Use this. I'll have one too. Don't talk into it though. The anomaly will sense a trap.
I like how Taylor just got bored of waiting for everyone to show up and just like, okay, Nova, you're here. I'm just gonna tell you everything, and then you'll fill in everyone else. That's
No.
This is me trying to get collabs together.
No. Taylor is saying we need someone in here to watch Niall while I leave and tell everyone else the plan of
there you go.
action.
Click this small button. It will make a loud
I'm
alarm
so
on the
I'm so
device.
ready for him to use that walkie-talkie and we see Cassie for the first time in the series.
Or just
That's
in the
another
walkie-talkie.
Ruin reference. Again, I implore BB to touch grass.
If you press it, the anomaly won't hear it. But
Baby, lick the minerals in the
your job
dirt.
is to stall him. Stall him as much as you can.
BB
No,
turns to
no.
Christian.
Big tasty.
If you can't stall him anymore, let us know.
Okay, I'll do my best. Don't take too long though.
Man, how's this for a first day in the Plex, Nova? You happy you came now?
Seriously. Noah just like walked in here and all this stuff happened. It was kind of like much like Taylor's experience too when he first walked in, and just like immediately the episode after is the big fight scene.
Welcome to the Pizza Plex. There's a bunch of ghosts. There's a couple of anomalies searching for a host.
Man,
Oh my
it's crazy.
God! Where do you pull this stuff out of? Seriously!
It's crazy because in actual FNAF lore, the best they could do for some reason, despite there being full animatronics, they just took on animatronic mops. Not mops, sorry, wet floor signs. Even worse.
You know what? I appreciate the creativity now because, I mean, if it was just animatronics the whole time, people... I mean, I say they get bored of it. No one's going to ever get bored of FNAF. Much like the characters, much like Afton always comes back.
Ghost Kitty, what do you mean? Why are you using Sunny or Zini? I actually use different voices for those lines. You could have said Nova. Because that's my normal voice.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. We need hold on. We need this. Wait. I'm gonna type something in. I'm gonna type something in private chats.
The silence.
Real gangsters move in silence.
Question: is that
Where
an
is my
apple
mouth?
in his eye?
Okay. But Bon, can we get you
No.
to say this line, please, in your best PSA voice?
Oh my god. I read that so wrong.
Shut up. Hey there, superstars. This is Sunny, and I'm here to remind you kids to touch grass. Screens are bad.
I read that
There you go.
so wrong.
Like cabbages.
Yeah, ew, I hate vegetables.
I read that so
That's not true, by the way. Actually, I love vegetable. In fact, oh my god, I think one of my favorite vegetables probably Brussels sprouts. So good.
You should try grass. Have you tried grass?
No, but I have had leaves except leaves. We have the lettuce variant.
Mm-hmm.
What brought you here? Why did you come back to this place?
I never gave up.
I will never complain about BB being
please turn it
quiet in
up.
this series again. BB, if I ever said you were quiet, I now have a new threshold.
Right, here's the thing. I can't help but feel like my evil alter ego that I'm playing is significantly more enthusiastic than whatever the VA of Nile is going into with this for.
Yeah, probably. For the record, in case anyone's wondering, chat, Bon and Emily are laughing at something that they said in the private chat, not what we're talking about right now. Just to clarify. Also, secret tunnel. If you want a secret tunnel parody that I came up with, go and check out episode 2 of Quest of the Rising Sun, where there's a little bit of a parody from Nathaniel the Bard. Just a heads up.
This is Sunny, and I'm here to remind you to keep your hands to yourself. We're watching.
This is Nathaniel, here to express my confusion. Bon, have you seen any of the well, actually, you've been there. Never mind.
Yeah, I was there for the first one. I was the one who named the bookcase or the secret library.
Oh no, you named Dennis. That's true.
I didn't know you
No,
were called
the Spectre and the library are canonically different things.
My best friend Dennis in the whole wide world, and just my best friend, nothing more.
Mm-hmm. For now.
And it will never be anything. Why would you ever think that, you silly goose?
That's my new bit now. Baby said it once, and it's my new bit now.
Hey, you never know. Sometimes if you roll high enough on charisma, Vin might implement something.
We came here as kids. I wanted to relive the memory of our joy.
What, in the closed facility? Good luck with that.
I could relive so much more. I could relive you.
Well, this place did not look like it used to.
I could relive you. Okay. Turn that mirror in the room.
The cheesy line. I could relive you, Niall.
Oh, dude.
Man, I love how I don't know a word they're saying.
It's giving short from Fallen Angels, where it's like, the movement will be hurt without you, Diogenes. The movement couldn't bear to be without you.
We'll defeat it with the power of friendship.
And nothing else.
Nothing else. Have you considered asking nicely?
Yeah, if you don't know, Bon, it's a running gag behind the scenes that Sean has a crush on Diogenes because of the way that scene played out.
Maybe real power was this gun I found along the way.
I still ship Agatha and Morwenna.
I wish someone else gave me a ring. Diogenes. I was gonna say I didn't like how episode 2 went. It was everywhere. Which right, you're talking about Quest of Rising Sun. Sorry,
You know what? You guys make me do Lilith and Jason shipping every single roleplay. I'm gonna start forcing you to address Sean and Diogenes.
We did have Sean in a mini game one time. I think we did make a couple of jokes about that, but I rotate those characters, so I don't know when he's gonna show up yet again. We have to make his skin again, actually.
Me anymore.
I know, but I promise we can make you better. Do you trust me? Just hang on a little longer. It'll all be over soon. I promise.
I promise we can make you better.
So cheesy. Get over yourself, Nova.
Well, hey, look, you know, it's about on par with I will put you back together again.
Now, this is not scaled correctly.
Well, I mean, it's the tallest character with the shortest character, and they are at a distance. I can see what the attempt was, you know, try to show
Right.
like something from like a superior floor rather than, you know, a giant.
No, wait
Sure,
till
but-
wait till you see this running down the stairs animation. Wait till
Right,
you
but-
see this.
Wow. You
Right,
can't
but
even do a
I've played
dance, Emily.
Security Breach though, and I know that statue is significantly taller, which means the picture was not taken at a great angle for this.
So, this scene here has some stairs that Taylor has to go down, and I do not know how to animate characters going down stairs.
I love Jacob's blank
I was
expression.
about to say, I think, is Jacob frozen or is he just very unimpressed?
Quick, we need another meme.
Put it on screen.
I think he's frozen. Damn.
So yeah, before you even eat it up, BB, just let it be known that KW and Emily have already eaten up that animation.
Oh.
He's dead.
I'm just saying, my problem, I haven't even seen the stairs, I'm just saying this statue is too small.
Yeah, the stairs are funny. He like runs down the stairs, just goes like it's so fast.
My stream now, guys. Jacob Jetta return.
TBT has made a return.
My
GK,
favorite.
let them. They can do things on their own. You know, you don't have to point out everything.
Wasn't even the internet this time, my computer just froze. Oh, cool,
No.
well, this is the end of the stream, everyone. Jacob now needs a new emergency computer.
Well, how do you think he typed that in chat?
A phone,
His
I
phone?
assume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, are you guys enjoying
Well.
the episode so far, huh?
Sorry?
How are you guys enjoying the episode so far?
Well, it's alright. You know,
It's all right.
I looked at the script a little bit ago just to see. I could maybe. I don't know. It's crazy. Did you cut anything from this episode?
Don't think so.
Okay, because I know my first denial appearance, something got cut. And then I looked at that, like, I could have sworn I had more conversation in this one.
Mm-mm.
And I looked at the script, and it's just not there. All the lines are already out. It's like, what, really? Is that where it ended?
I mean,
could've
I
sworn
love hearing the lines I've said about 200 times over and over again for another time. In fact, this is like the third time I've watched this episode. The brain rot is
not-
real.
No,
I like
not,
how long Mira's legs are, by the way.
no, not.
She got them legs though.
They are
No, I-
huge.
She's got crazy
Who
thigh
needs
action.
arms when you've got legs like these?
Dude,
Legs
it's
for days.
oh no, it's like
Please say someone gets that.
it's like that one thing from Teen Titans Go that I saw that one time where it's like the Raven but with thick thighs.
There was a whole episode where everyone was really into like doing like leg workouts and stuff. It wasn't just Raven, but I think Raven started that episode. I can't remember.
I see. Okay.
Taylor, where are the others?
I was under the impression that there'd be a
He's so
Okay.
goofy.
Again,
He's a funky little
Appreciate that.
guy.
but that's the impressive speed about how he got like this quite quickly. But also like going down the stairs like that and synced up. The sound mixing in this is second to none. I will say, like, you know, the different steps different people make in different surfaces, and the actual and how the humans, ghosts, and robots and whatever all make different
Oh
sounds
my.
when they move. Yeah, there's a lot of attention to detail with that. However, I'm also noticing that you just seem to have left the walkie-talkie on the stairs. That probably wasn't deliberate. On his
If
part,
you
I
go
mean.
back to his goofy walk again, you'll see that it falls out of his pocket.
Oh, I see. I would rewind that just because it is hilarious, but every time I try and do that, it always fails miserably. So
No
we're gonna
worries.
carry on.
I just told you what happened, so it's fine. But yeah, you're the first person to notice that there are footsteps in this episode. There have never been footsteps prior. Besides, and whenever characters are like feet are shown on screen, because then it would look awkward. But there weren't like consistent footsteps throughout the episode until now.
That does surprise me because in other episodes they very much have been.
I only found her. She's becoming weaker.
I love how
I thought
unenthused
best
Taylor looks.
He's tired. He's very tired.
reduce the risk.
Sassy Taylor.
No, Ren, I
Look
said
at
I'm
Sassy
really
Taylor. Oh my god, look at him.
All because he has a hand on his hip.
He got the hand, he got the stare, he got the eyeliner. He's all up. He's diva.
Is this why people call Taylor zesty?
This is the hottest Taylor's ever been.
Oh, well, just as one pose. Okay.
What?
That was not where I thought this conversation was going, but fair enough. Yeah.
Sassy, powerful, looking like he's about to become a drag queen.
What is with you people?
If I had a nickel for every time that someone has called a character that I voice hot, I'd have a lot more than 2 nickels, and that's
He found me instead. I think Nova is still down there.
If I had a dime for every time someone said one of my characters is hot or has a crush on them, I'd have a whole
Anytime
dollar.
one of my characters was sublime.
And I'd be given a dime.
Because GK likes Xenial, KW likes Niall, BB apparently likes Taylor.
No,
Lynxie
no, I
likes
liked Taylor whenever he had that one stance because he had a certain energy to him.
Lynxie likes GM. I like GM. Jacob likes Sunny. Like,
What's the crush situation? That's just I picked a favorite character.
oh,
Yeah, there is a difference.
well, in that case,
I think
I'd only have like 30 cents.
Yeah, I think I've. So you went from $1 to 30 cents. Was I worth 70?
No, there. If we're only counting crushes.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say. Jacob standing in a room with himself. Oh yeah, I think you were here for my my screen acting story before, where I wowed everyone
And
by
also
handing myself
Mira.
a piece of paper. Yeah, but myself and also Mira. I almost titled this episode
Very
Taylor
rude.
Monty's VA and also Mira's VA because I knew that Emily was going to be here. It would have been too long a title for YouTube, so I decided not to.
Yeah, as well as considering I would be there too. Like it was.
Taylor, Moon, A11, Mira's, all the VAs.
Yeah,
What?
I voiced like 4
Four.
characters. Like we're gonna make this super long.
Yeah, it gets too.
Oh yeah, and Sun.
I love how I'm the only one here who only voices one character.
I mean, you're the main. That is quite a common thing, actually. To have one person who voice the main of something, and then everyone else kind of like fills in. That's what we did it in my GCSE drama. Contrary to what people might expect of me nowadays, in GCSE drama, I played one character, and everyone else played several in my group.
Service. But why won't school be here now?
He'll be along.
Like how they reacted before. The thing with this filter is that there's like a solid second before anyone starts talking where it's like, he'll be along. So
Okay, it should
people
be
are
noted,
reacting
and
to a line that someone's going to say, like saying he'll be along. They're reacting to just the echo before they even know what's going on.
okay,
Yeah.
it should be noted. Like, okay, here, let me pull up the script because I want to know what exactly I'm rambling about here. Yeah, so the end. Sweet Jesus. Okay. So this take wasn't taken, but whenever he says such leadership, there is a take that I did where it had a very snake-like beginning. So and I didn't even think about it at the time, but what that would have meant is you would have had that like ramp up from the filter, and you would have had an actual me voice acting where it's like such, and it's like
Oh
it
my
would have
God.
had that
It would have
long
been
like
amped up so much. Such leadership.
Right. Yeah.
Such leadership.
Man, it would have lasted for like a whole minute.
BB's been learning parcel on Duolingo.
I have not been learning anything on Duolingo for a while now. I'm still waiting to figure out how to replace it. If anyone has any good competitors, I would love to hear it.
This exact opposite of D. Everyone else plays one character and the DM plays all of them. Well, I mean that sounds like D&D to me, where one character and the DM plays everyone else. But
back.
You're protecting that thing?
Just give me a chance to explain.
There's the confrontation.
Okay, question.
Mira, come back!
When you recorded these, did you do one character first and then the other character after, or did you switch the voices back to back?
Back to back.
What? Yeah, I use whenever I do this audio stuff, I always do that. I did even the Cole and Andrew clip from before. That was how I did that as well. What I tend to do sometimes, even if I have an omnidirectional microphone for my own sake, I tend to like go over here or over here. It doesn't make much of a difference, but you know, it's something that's just for my own sake. But yeah, that's 100% how I do it, just going in order.
That it's back to back because I have to end up putting the filter on just the whole take instead.
Oh, I see. Yeah, normally I do it back to back because people, when directors are trying to compile lines, they'll usually go in order. At least I will. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, I'll do everything in the sequence it's supposed to be in, rather than okay. So fine. From now on, I can separate those because that makes sense.
All right.
Was that necessary?
You wanted her to come back, didn't you?
What the hell is going on here?
Brilliant! Taylor has lost his mind. He's working with A14.
I know.
I like how her
okay?
hand
She's
looks
not gonna
like a
hurt you.
cricket
She's
right
helping
now.
us.
You know?
I know, yes. I don't like it either, but she's going to help Niall. Just listen to Taylor. He'll explain.
Skrill is right. She's helping us. She won't hurt you. And... oh, I see what you meant about A10 as well. That's fascinating.
What are you talking about? Get away from
Priority,
me!
Taylor, come on!
Skrill, you have one too.
There's no point in resisting Mira. They can do whatever they want to. We have no choice.
God, okay. Now,
Oh, and
shoot, I
Jacob's
can't
gone.
pause it. Shoot.
Monty? Mira?
I have something to say about that. No.
What is it? Quiet? Is that all you're gonna say?
They're the key to free
No.
torment. GM?
The episode's about to end.
We don't have time to go through interrogations right now. The more time they waste with questions and answers, the less time they'll have to
That's
save
the right
their
word.
mind.
Number 15.
I'm to say, I don't think
Everyone here has to
interrogations
play a
word
crucial
should be
role in
there.
saving him. And if you fail, this will all be in vain. Listen to me very carefully. I will explain how this is going to go.
That's pretty cool. An amazing track from the FNAF movie, by the way.
Oh my god, it's so loud.
Yeah, but it's such a good track.
Oh my god, it's me.
Hi, Jacob.
Okay,
No.
I've
My
returned.
eardrum.
It's
I
such
have
a good track,
returned.
though.
Okay, I got glimpses of that because I was watching on my phone. So I saw that mainly I saw the cliffhanger as as everyone like appeared and as we saw like the alarm. I thought that like the alarm was supposed to be like a huge like sound or something was implied by Taylor before, but actually
Yeah, she
hearing
did the wrong thing. She just didn't click the button like she was supposed to.
but I mean the red light still went off, so that was still
Well,
something
yeah,
that
that's because that was signifying that someone was talking on the walkie.
Oh, I see.
I wish you played a lot more heavily into Mira's terror. I think that was a huge missed opportunity there. Because it's like we see it, but I feel like we see too much of the other people's perspectives. I wish we made things very insularly from Mira's perspective, and so you'll have everyone like you'll have the viruses like just coming in one at a time. You know, then you'll have like, oh, the dude behind me is also. And you'll have them like crowding and like surrounding. You could play with a lot of horror tropes with that moment.
But then
Mira
people wouldn't
panic
get as
attack
much
when?
screen time. If we focus so much on as just on Mira, we wouldn't get enough screen time. No, but I mean, I guess there's an advantage and disadvantage to that. So an advantage of opening it up because with second seasons of shows that tends to happen quite a lot, where suddenly it's like the side characters end up taking on more arcs themselves as people figure out what to do with them. Again, with Mutant Girl, I did the exact same thing for better or worse. And whereas season 1 was, that was mainly just focused on the Mutant Girl. And then I tried to go back to it in season 3, and it was, we'll see how that turns out. But and I guess here as well, because so much happened to everyone, that Mira was able to witness, and now they're able to branch out for this portion, especially because so many things have to happen simultaneously. Like the scene we saw where Squilliot and Nova reunite, and we find out how we got there. The scene where all the blood came from. That one. Those two things could not have happened. We couldn't have witnessed either of those occur if we just had Mira's perspective.
No, I'm saying in that specific scene we should have focused.
Oh,
on
okay,
Mira.
I see.
Everything else I'm fine with, but I think that one scene, if we focused a lot more on that perspective of, oh, I can't trust anyone, I'm being betrayed, I'm being surrounded, that could have been really cool.
Yeah, fair
Okay,
enough.
I see.
I have nothing to say on that matter. I agree with you fully. I probably could have done that better.
I would have had so much fun.
You'd have so much fun. Your character
like-
wouldn't, yeah.
Yeah, your character would be traumatized, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
would have a blast.
You would hear me in the recording giggling.
I'm not a child.
I'm not a child.
I wasn't bitten by Fredbear. I'm not the crying child. The
That
child's name is not Emily.
DB. Eat grass.
Don't bite the child! Don't bite the child! Get away from the child!
Don't touch my child! Don't touch the child!
Oh my goodness.
One of the funniest bits in my stream, by the way.
This series is intriguing. Oh, I agree with that, yeah. It has to bounce back. How do you guys season 3 make with watch later? Start with episode 1. for love of everything, start with episode 1.
If you take Jacob has posted the link to this video in his description, so if you go there and then just fast forward to the end, the playlist is right there for all of Secrets of the Plex.
Brilliant. Okay. All right. Lots of I added because I was talking before about the impressiveness of that one scene, and then with everything else, again, we have acknowledged the red and the blue on multiple occasions. That did get explained as well in this particular point. Again, this is one of those shows that you have that you can watch multiple times and get different experiences from each time. And for you lot, of course, the experience will be different anyway because you'll be able to you won't have the captions for the anomalies. That on that note, because I was reading in the corner each time, so I didn't really tune them out like I said I was going to. But I feel like if I hadn't, I probably still would have got the gist of what they were saying. But again, that's something that I will check in my own time at some point with the actual non-review copy of this.
There were some of GM's lines that I think could have been lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. Articulation could have been improved a little bit on Lynxie's part. But yeah, I will fix that for next time.
Yeah, you said it was beyond your control.
No,
mine were beyond control.
No, the effects. No, yours were fine. The effects the put on the voice. It's the only one that's out of my control is A10's Xenial's distortion on the voice. That's like an on and off switch.
Okay.
There's no wiggle room. But with BB and Lynxie's takes, that is a filter that I use the same filter for both of them, and that's one that has a little bit more wiggle room. So I'll see if I can work with that a little bit more, as well as encourage those voice actors to articulate a little bit more.
Man, imagine not being on computer and being able to make your own sound effects in house.
You can do that with mobiles or computers. You just have to get creative with that.
Sure, it's a lot more convenient on computer though.
I suppose. Although that being said, whenever I've done my own Foley, it's usually just me pointing whichever microphone I have just down to to whatever I'm doing.
Oh no, I like playing around, especially in the most recent Rip in the Dark episode. I really like just making my own stuff randomly on Audacity. I'm like, how can I mess with this?
Yeah, in the people above, I actually because I wanted a very specific timing for the ushers, stuff on the bang on the ground. So I just like took one of my Harry Potter ones and just like and put my microphone right next to it. Just went like that. But yeah, so yeah, doing your own Foley is fun. But again, clearly Bond's able to source different things from different places, regardless of the methodology. So yeah, the sound mixing when it's there is fantastic. I am wondering, why they decided not to have footsteps for the bits without people's feet being on display. Was that just
It was a pain in previous episodes, right? Because they walked a lot of places, but I just wanted to give this episode more quality. Like I wanted to, I'm always on the bandwagon of every episode. I want to make something a little better every single time.
Oh, be careful. Aphmau kind of tripped yourself on that one though.
Well, then I just won't do an Aphmau. It's as easy as that.
Okay. This is true. Like I said before, Aphmau's a good source of do's and don'ts.
Yep. Well, I'm not a good principal for it, but I think at a certain point, her stuff had become so quality from production that she hit a dead end and just drove herself mad.
Well, my mindset is more like always strive to be better.
Yeah, my mindset is strive to be better as long as your mental health allows, because that's a distinction that some people are unable to make. Monster Compendium. So I try to think. Was there anything else I wanted to add about this? Probably not. Was there something else? Yeah. Cliffhanger reminds me of an episode of Mixmaster. I don't know. That's something. Okay. Yeah.
Now
I just see where this.
Mira panic attack scene, and I'm not gonna get it.
Let's see. Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything.
I missed the scene of the confrontation, so I'm gonna go back and watch on the actual channel video. I'm gonna watch that. So
I wanna go in here because I haven't seen the new episode script yet. I've purposely saved one to it. I'm not gonna say that. I wanna see if I'm in it though. Do I have any lines in here?
Finale episode?
I did DN and I see 48 results, but here's the problem. There's a lot of words that just have DN in it. So is it that?
DN colon.
Yeah, that's how.
I need to relook at that script.
I'll have you know,
Yeah.
whenever I went to go check for my lines on the other one, there's like 19 results, and I just scrolled through all of those to find which ones actually were DN.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Purple, I'm going to touch the fire. Yeah, not quite the AFMA reference we were getting at, but that is another example of her using that one.
Before we even talked about AFMA.
Hmm.
Ghost Kitty just happened to be talking about AFMA as well.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
To answer your question, BB, yes, you have.
I was just not gonna say anything to chat.
Yeah, you've got a lot of lines, my girl.
I love how I can hear the wheels turning in Bond's head as he was saying that. Like, wait a second.
Well,
for the record, I do think that specific quote is probably gender neutral. I
say my guy all the time. I'm like, wait a second, this could come across the wrong way.
No, my guy's gender neutral enough for me. Like, I'm not gonna require someone to say dude et for me. You know, it's like.
Okay, good. I just didn't want to offend you.
Fair enough. Okay, I think that's I think that's a good ending point. I feel like I probably had a segue in my head before I froze, and now everything in my brain is also frozen. So I'm gonna probably end up remembering that while I'm eating.
More than just your computer crashed.
Exactly. Precisely. Yes. I've got my own virus going on here or something. I don't know.
He's got the cancer.
Oh my god. No, I was more thinking like watch like an apparition of me appear and I'll actually be standing by myself for real or something like
Someone clip that. Oh no, he's got the cancer.
He's got the cancer.
There are so many clips from this stream alone.
Is it just me or is this bad news, Bears? Didn't you hear? This is FNAF. Bears don't exist.
Yep. They went to bye-bye by the time of security breach at the very least.
They went the way of the dinosaurs.
The bears are extinct now.
Freddy's are the last bears.
What a way to give a legacy to the species.
That's okay. That's a lot like real life. If you guys know Sheeton, he for context, Twitter after getting Elon got a lot of their ads removed because a lot of people didn't want to be under there, and so the ads that took their place were like crypto stuff, so all that got blocked, which caused all sorts of other things. But Cheaton came to the rescue, right, as a fake ad. It is technically legally a real ad agency, but it's fake ads that don't market anything, and it's just someone in like a cute little like otter costume, and it's Japanese. It's Cheaton, the god of advertising, and it's just doing a bunch of wacky stuff. But here's the irony. There are no Japanese otters anymore. They're extinct. So Cheaton is canonically the last Japanese otter.
Fantastic. Excuse me while I go write a story about Flyrus because I'm a sneaky raccoon, but instead of trash, I collect story ideas. Trash. I love trash. Give me trash. Yum yum trash. Anyway, make of this FNAF-based gacha series. That'd be Bon, of course, not KW. Absolutely great effort. Trust me, I animate and know how hard it is. Keep up the love story. I mean, if you animate,
the what story?
Yeah, no, love the story. Keep it up. Love the story.
Oh,
yeah. This is bad news. Bears written all over it.
What does? You're making me nervous, Ghosty.
I think this is it, like right after the cancer thing. To my knowledge, I do not have cancer. Okay, I'm just going to set that. I'm just going to establish that right now.
Guys, I need no more of my favorite YouTubers dying to cancer, please.
No, Emily.
Agreed.
Dude, it's crazy.
Absolutely agreed.
It's crazy. I was watching the newest techno upload, and obviously because it was released after his death, obviously.
Yeah.
They didn't bother to censor any of the cancer jokes he made. So at one point at the tail end, he's like, "Hey, I gotta leave in some 20 minutes for chemo. Can I just in the world?" Or something like that. It's great.
Okay. I mean, all right, fine.
Can I just go hunting everyone or?
I mean, I suppose that that probably is, the new ascended form of Technoblade, just, haunting us, I suppose, in one way or the other. In a positive way, of course.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, I guess it depends. If he had any proper enemies?
Well, in his own words, I'm an atheist, but when I go to heaven and I meet God, I want him to hesitate before he sends me to hell. So I guess from his perspective, God probably didn't like him.
Yeah, I guess he also wouldn't be a ghost then. He would, he'd be down there by now.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough then. Not the way I was planning to end this stream, but there you go.
Please. We're talking about cancer and Technoblade.
All right, sure, okay, fine. End of stream of one. Technoblade never dies. Please either like or
Very
dislike
true.
because your opinion matters. Subscribe to us already. And on that note, until next time,
You're
there will
late.
be a next time. Farewell.